Hello, and welcome to yet another Q&A Thursday. That's right, I'm your host, Dane, and to my right, fellow host, Levi Gates.
Thank you, Dane.
And to my left, fellow host, Anthony Fisher.
Thank you very much. Glad to be here.
Wonderful intro. Okay, now it's your guys' job.
Hey, all right, Dane. Well, as you guys know, it's Q&A Thursday, or as everyone knows it as Friday Eve.
Yes.
We are here to answer all your answers. You got questions?
Answer all
your answers.
We're going to answer your answers. You got answers? We got questions. Here's what we're going to do.
Hold up.
First question. What's Dane's favorite color?
I don't even know what Dane's favorort color is.
I think it's something that has to do with British racing green.
I think
That's his favorite color.
I think it's like skin tone.
What?
Beige.
Gross. Anyway, a little bit of housekeeping to get started. Thank you again, everybody that signed up for Black Friday and got your orders in and our Cyber Monday sale. I mean, you guys just absolutely knocked it out of the park. Literally one of our biggest sales we've ever, the biggest sale we have ever had, I think, in the history of the company.
Crazy.
Pretty good.
Absolutely insane. So much so that the company has been buying lunch for the team every day because we're trying to get those orders out as fast as possible.
Yeah, it's true.
So,
And happy, well-fed people do a better job.
So if you haven't gotten a thing, request on your order saying that it's getting shipped or that we're working on, they are working as fast as they physically can down there.
Yep.
It's true.
And they are doing a killer job keeping up with everything.
There was like a reel or a TikTok about it even.
It was unbelievable.
Yesterday.
So good job to our team, and thank you to all of you that are being so patient and understanding. Anything, Anthony, anything to add to that?
Not really. I mean, like I said, we're gonna just kind of keep belting things out as we can. This week, it's really kind of focused on Black Friday,
Just finishing
Cyber Monday
that,
recovery, cleanup, and I think that everybody should be getting their tracking information soon if you haven't gotten it already. But yeah, successful sale. I think there's so many cool, awesome products that went out the door that people are going to just love to use, and I'm excited to see everybody tag us in. So if you get your post or not your post, if you get your products, tag us in a story or whatever it might be, whether it's on Instagram or whatnot, and then we'll try to do our best to reshare it because we want people to see what kind of goodies people are scoring, right?
Yeah.
Right.
Get people jealous, right?
Well, if they have it, they can ask us.
Dang, he got that. I got this. I got this. Yeah, but I didn't get that.
That's right.
But when you get them, ask us questions here, like in another week or something or whatever, when you get your stuff. Let us know here if you have questions about it.
Yeah.
So just before we jump into this conversation, me, Levi, and Dane are working on our future plans. Potential plans.
So I have been working on our travel plans for 2023.
Correct.
So we started out, the other day we had a meeting with John to discuss Mobile Tech Expo, which is the first trip of the year.
Yeah.
At the end of January, and just to put the feelers out, see what the game plan is for the team for that. Then we will be going into TRCMA.
Yeah.
Which will have people come visit us.
Yeah.
And then we're going to have probably a couple other trips. We're thinking East Coast Adventure.
Possibly.
I'd like to set it up sometime in May.
It's
So
been a
for
few
those of you
years,
that's been a while, we'd like to go out to the East Coast again and do it a little differently. But I'm planning out a pretty cool East Coast adventure if I can get some other companies on board.
Yeah.
Then that'll be May. Then June we'll probably just take that month off. And then July, we got to go to Waxstock.
Yeah.
Normally, when we take a trip to jolly old England, we like to front end the trip with something else. In years past, we've gone to Scotland. Last year, we did Switzerland. We did Rag Company Europe.
Yeah.
And this time, we're thinking maybe a German trip. Anthony missed out on our Schnitzel Fest.
Yeah, we got a taste of Germany, and we wanted to go back. We wanted to include it.
I want to taste it with you guys. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
I want to eat the schnitzel with you.
Shared experience.
Ideally.
Yeah, that's great.
So we're thinking, what are some of the things we want to do down there? And Anthony, you got a big one.
Yeah.
Nürburgring, Nordschleife.
Yeah,
That's like your thing. That
bucket list.
Lederhosen,
thing.
pretzel, drinking beer out of a boot.
All at the same time.
I want to be at the ring with my Lederhosen on.
It's his exception to eating in the car. He'll do it while driving the ring.
Yeah.
And
well, as long as it doesn't hurt his lap time.
So I know that we actually do have some German listeners here, right? And so I've been doing a little bit of research trying to figure out how rental car works over there, going around the ring, right? And how much is normal.
One, you might have to get a world license, so we're gonna have to get us all signed up on AAA. and get a world driver's license test, which would be nice because it's just going to be another merit that I'll have.
World license. I want to know what I need to do to be able to take a car around a track they were rented. I will pay for it myself.
Yeah.
I don't want anybody else to pay for it.
do
I
the
will
same.
pay for it, and I just want to pick a car and go rip around the ring.
Right.
And I want to know what's the right amount of laps, right? Like, do I do 4 laps? Do I do 6 laps? Do I need 10 laps there? Like, what's enough to feel like I have fulfilled a dream? Because
it's a big track.
Just saying, I play a lot of racing simulators, and so I run the ring multiple times a week, and it's pretty much the real thing. I mean,
what if you rent a car and you go, it's okay. It's not as good as at home.
Yeah, I like the racing sim.
I like the racing sim a lot more
violent.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Well,
see.
you have to look out for the other people around you.
Anyway, so
That's
if anybody
the
has
sketchy
any
part.
information on renting a car at the ring, please
Especially
feel free
German
to
friends.
pass it my way because I'm very interested and I just want to know what I'm getting myself into.
Yeah. So we built out kind of a little game plan, and I like to build these little ideas and how we would do it, and then try and time them out so we can make it all work. So that's one thing we've been doing, and then of course the rest of our trips as well. So I'm very
See
excited.
the Porsche Museum in Stuttgart.
Exactly, Dane.
Yeah. So
So
if
the
anybody's
boys
got
have
tips on
their
that,
marching orders.
Please share.
Well, my brother
to
went there so he can tell you
figure
that
that
about
out.
it.
You
There
know.
you go. That's nice. I
So-
like it.
Still.
Anyway, so yeah, I think that's pretty much it for housekeeping. So we'll keep you up to date on all of our travel plans, and maybe I'll have like a countdown to the ring starting in like June, right?
Yeah.
Or it's like me
Or
doing
January.
like my track times. I'm like, so everybody's working out, losing weight. I'm just trying to focus on,
We've got like a rubber band attached to a wall, and you're just over there like doing this, trying to get some
G-force.
strength in your head for the G forces.
Oh, man.
What are you doing over there?
If I need to get another surgery because of this,
Dane has another. That'll be bad. Anyway,
So here we go.
Harry Housewife.
Harry Housewife says, ready and awaiting for my 3 favorite guys, Lewis, Dave, and Andy. We appreciate
thank you,
your service.
Darren. We appreciate
you.
that.
The Harry Horsewife.
Alex says he's here for some hot nut busting sawzall talk.
Dang, you came to the right
Alex
place,
came to
buddy.
the right place, man.
2 of us have sawzalls. Kimberly saying, greetings, hope all is well. Woke up Turkey Day to my car having an absolute mirror-like shine, only to find a mirror missing.
Oh, no.
So upset that I spent 3 hours with Ego Products doing lawn work. Oi.
Oi.
Yeah, that's no fun.
Yeah.
Other than that, I got in on the Black Friday Cyber Monday sales and spent a fortune. That's what got me through it. Well, thank you,
heck yeah,
Kimberly.
Glad we could help in
girl,
some way.
retail therapy, as we like to say.
It is retail
Yeah.
therapy, right? You got to spend a little to get a little.
That's right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There you go.
Whatever that means.
That's
All right,
just,
we got Mike C says, hey guys, unfortunately, I forgot the question. I meant to ask you this week. I guess that's what happens when you get old.
Mike, you're like the same age as me.
okay,
Anyway,
Mike.
hope all is well, and thanks for everything. Have a great day. All right, Mike.
You
if it
you
comes
have
to
time.
you-
This goes for 2 hours. You may remember it between
Right.
now and then.
Yep.
Jorge saying, Puerto Rico in the house. What up, peeps?
Hey,
What's
hey.
up, man? Dan Pfeiffer with a good afternoon and word up from snowy Minnesota, USA. It's Friday Eve. Let's have a great Q&A. Hope all the TRC gang is doing well. Thanks, Dan. It wouldn't be Friday Eve without you, buddy.
No, it wouldn't be.
Quality Touch. I have a DA. I have IK12 and top wand insert doesn't align with the bottom wand storage part. Is there a way to either rotate the top or bottom black piece so that the top wand insert matches with the bottom one? Yes. We should.
The top
It
one
should be able to go down and
insert
yeah.
doesn't align with the bottom. It should absolutely align. Well, so it's not may not be like straight on, like up and down.
Yeah.
But it should be right to where that goes right down and stores right in the bottom.
Yeah. It shouldn't be that far off.
There should be. Maybe send us a picture. It should be lined up from the
so,
factory.
So going back into the Sawzall talk real quick.
Oh.
I once had a neighbor
yeah.
come knock on my door and say, "You got a Sawzall I can borrow?"
Really?
I said-
Is that a common thing? Yeah.
Well, once you become a Sawzall owner, yes.
Yes.
And I said, "Yes, I do." And he goes, "What kind is it?" I said, "It's a Milwaukee."
Yeah.
And he goes, "Ooh, that's
So it's not
nice.
going to break on me.
And I said, "And it doesn't have a battery pack; it's corded, which means it's got all the power."
Yeah.
And he goes, "Awesome! Can I borrow it?" And I said, "Yeah, sure. What do you need it for?" And I'm like grabbing it for him, and he's like, "I gotta dress a deer."
Oh,
And I said-
no. Could you please not do that?
I said, "Okay." And he goes, "I'll give you meat." And I said,
That's a good deal.
"Okay."
That's a great deal, honestly.
So he used it.
yeah.
He bought his own blades.
Some back
Oh,
straps.
okay.
He bought his own
makes it a
blades.
little
He didn't
better.
give me the blades back.
I was gonna say,
He
yeah,
bought his
I
own
just
blades
used this
for
to
it.
gut an animal. Here it is, back covered.
So he went and got
Thanks.
his own blades, dressed the deer in his garage
Yeah.
next door to me,
Yeah.
used my Sawzall,
Yeah.
worked like a charm. I still have some deer fur in my Sawzall.
That's so funny.
Wow.
He cleaned it up really good. He did a really good job. But,
Missed
I
a
could
spot.
still look and go like, well, I'm a detailer and this is not
Sure. Yeah.
exactly clean. But
fair.
I got he gave me like 20 pounds of meat. And that was the first time in my life
insane.
I said, oh, I need an outdoor freezer.
Wow. That's what started it.
That's what started my
started it.
pursuit.
Sawzall
So I'm just
led
saying.
to the garage freezer.
Yeah.
Dead
That's
deer and
amazing.
ice.
I just was thinking
novelties.
about that,
Okay.
and I was like, "Oh, it was quite but it was a great trade." And then the next year, I let him do it again because it was such a good deal. Because he brought me meat. He'd go hunting. I didn't need to do anything. I just give him my Sawzall to use. It was perfect.
So
It was
I'm just
great.
going to go ahead and throw this out there.
I'm just saying, Anthony.
So in
you want some
terms
meat?
of
May I?
you feel a different way once you have a powered saw. Mm-hmm. So, for example, before having a powered saw, I would always think, I need to cut this particular thing, right? And I would think about it. How do I cut this thing? Right?
Do you have a
razor
skill saw?
right?
Circular saw?
Yeah, no, I don't have a circular saw. I don't have a grinder. I didn't have anything.
You have anything
I
that
had
cuts.
a hand saw,
Just a hand saw.
right? But it was janky, right?
Yeah.
And the blade's old, and
Yeah.
and that wasn't going to do the job. And so I just got to thinking to myself, and I was like, there's so many times I've been limited in life with just not having a saw,
Right.
Just weird random things where I go, how do I cut this? I wish I could cut this metal pipe, this piece
Yeah.
of wood, this whatever it is. I will say that buying the Sawzall has opened up an entire new
Sawzall.
He said it funny again.
Yeah, I know. Buying the Sawzall has opened up an entire
Yeah.
new world to me, and I no longer feel that anxiety of worrying about having to ask a neighbor to borrow their saw.
Yeah.
Because I know that I have my own saw, my own blades, and multiple battery packs to be able to power that thing for days on end.
I don't even remember what I was building when I bought it, but I bought it, and I was so happy that I bought it.
Yeah, it's amazing.
And it's been the greatest tool.
like-
And I don't even use it half the
I
time.
like
but
sawing
I like
and I
going
like-
around and I just cut stuff in the
Like
neighborhood.
knowing it's
whatever
there.
my extension cord works for.
Yeah.
Like if I have 3 or 4 of them connected, I can go pretty far.
That sounds safe.
And I'll just randomly saw stuff.
Yeah.
Neighbor's mailbox, saw it. Bushes, saw 'em.
Neighbor.
Trees, saw 'em.
Yeah.
Tires, saw 'em. Like it's just fun, right?
Okay.
It's
Yeah.
just
Okay.
fun.
Well, I have some extra MDF, right?
Right.
That honestly kind of sat outside for a little while. It's probably
Practice
bad.
Sawzall with
And I
it.
go, I got to get rid of this MDF,
Yeah.
right? Just a few pieces lying around. But I said, oh, they're so long. How am I going to get them in the back of my truck?
Right.
Sawzall.
Yeah.
Just
Cut 'em up.
Bam.
Yeah.
Cut those things up. It's going to take me seconds, right? Throw them in the back of the truck. They're in a dumpster in another neighborhood before I know it, right?
Exactly.
They're next to some couches. Who knows? Wherever it takes me.
Exactly.
Jeff C. says, looking forward to trying out Diamond Wheels.
Yeah.
The kit coming today, but unfortunately, Discount Tire destroyed my wheels when they mounted the snow tires. Oh, that's so unfortunate. Waiting,
fun.
materials, they'll cover the damages. They should absolutely cover the damages if they destroyed your wheels. If the wheels get repainted and powder coated baked, how long should I wait before applying on the coating?
Powder coating, you don't need to worry.
No.
Yeah,
It's-
powder
you
coating,
just-
it's pretty much instant.
I would get your wheel weights mounted.
It also
and then
depends,
coat
though.
'em.
If it's a satin finish, you would have nothing to worry about. If
Yeah.
it's a gloss finish,
That's clear on top.
be
then.
like a little like.
But it's still the same baking process, regardless
It's
if
still the
it's
same
satin
baking
or clear.
process. But I'm saying if there was going to be a weird reaction, you would see it on gloss
Yeah,
versus
you
what
would.
you would see
You
on
would.
satin.
Yeah.
Just saying. Ryan says, how long is the shelf life for Uno Advanced after being open?
As
Oh,
long as
God.
it's closed, as long as you
Yeah,
close the
probably a long
lid,
time.
pop the lid deck back down, you're pretty good. I had mine for 18 months.
I have Uno Protect going on 2 years in a
Yeah.
bottle at my house that I've opened up around different times.
Me too.
Works beautifully. Dan Pfeiffer says, Jeff C., I had a dealership previously jack up my ceramic coated rims. Once, when getting new tires, they had to pay dearly and lost their hide on that one. I was not happy. They did take care of me.
That's good.
Yeah,
I'm
that's
glad you
good.
guys. That's why you get yourself a tire guy.
You get yourself a tire guy.
Gotta get
and-
yourself a tire guy that
and-
understands these kind of
Well,
things.
and you need to get yourself a tire guy, and you also need to honestly ask if hey, can I come back with you? Or I know that might be a weird question, right? But me and my tire guy are really close, and he knows I'm really meticulous.
bring
He
them,
lets you go
bring them
back
things.
there.
So he lets me bring him back. So he's like, hey,
Yeah, but I mean,
come
bring
hang
them
out.
donuts and bring them I'm just saying you can if you want to start. You don't have to
Did you
just
bring
be
it up for the
weird.
whole
You
class?
need to. Well,
You don't need to be weird.
But you
right?
can tell them, hey.
Yeah.
So this is what I just tell people.
appreciate you wanting-
I tell people I'm crazy.
Yeah.
I just say, hey, I'm just letting you know, man, I'm kind of crazy and meticulous about this kind of stuff. So I just really want to make sure that you guys do a good job, right? If I usually tell people that I'm crazy, it's when I don't say
They appreciate the
anything.
self-awareness.
It's when I don't say anything, and that's when I go back to check it later, and I go, probably should have said something, right? One time, I had that. Remember that wheel? This is like a year and a half ago. I had that one wheel refinished, and I had some touch-up done. I took it down to the tire shop, and I was talking to my tire guy, and he said, yeah, we'll get it mounted. He's like, I got a guy I'm training. He's probably just going to mount these on really quick. He's really good. He's getting it all dialed in, right?
Yeah.
I had a feeling in my head.
Yeah, he's gonna mess it up.
Don't let this kid do it. I want you to do it because you're my guy.
Yeah.
And the kid went over there, went to go force this thing on, could not figure out how to get the tire on the wheel, right? And next thing you know, he had scuffed off all the fresh paint that was on there. And I go, why didn't I say anything?
Yep.
Right? And I had to pay an extra, whatever it was, $100 to get it refinished again because I didn't want to cause a problem.
But that's the nice thing is you're saying that, and you can do that. Or if you watch somebody that you like the way they work, you get their name, you get their number, and you can come back with cookies or something and go, hey man, I really appreciate, or gal, really appreciate, the level of quality you took and all that. I'm going to tell everyone about you, and I'm going to personally, I would like to make sure that you're the one that I come talk to from now on, and make sure you get their card, get their name, maybe their phone number, whatever you can do to get a hold of them. Wayne, I met him through detailing a car.
Yeah.
He was at the local Les Schwab that was near my shop, and I went and asked him and said, hey, here's a discount we're doing for neighbors if anybody wants to get their cars done. He got his done, and he got brought 3 in, and he was like, man, I'm really meticulous with my cars. And I was like, oh, that's cool. Well, yeah, I need tires and wheels. And he's been my guy for literally almost 20 years, which is nuts to me.
Oh, that's awesome.
That I'm still getting my tires done. Yeah. From the same guy. And I've followed him to every store that he's gone to in different parts of the valley. Solely because I want him and his quality and his work. So just saying it's worth it.
Yeah. Find a guy.
Migum saying, what up, people?
Hey.
Faith Frazier saying, what are some ways when you're drying a car to get a streak-free and lint-free shine? I'm sure your car rags would help. And is there any other specific things to do? A proper drying towel, Faith, and a proper drying aid helps a lot. Using something like PNS paint gloss, if you're a beginner getting started, something like that, or any of our quick detailers. When your car's wet, just give it a little spritz of that as well. Just, one spray per panel. Put a little on the towel. Get one of our big absorbent drying towels like a Liquidator or a Gauntlet or a Twistress or any of those. And then just dry your car. And you're going to get a much better quality shine as well as a nice dry
in short, the towel helps tremendously.
The towel helps tremendously.
The towel helps tremendously. I mean, if you're used to using cheap store-bought
or bath towels,
or bath towels,
or if you're using just your bath towel,
I mean,
bath like an old chamois or something.
Well, she's saying lint-free. That's most likely a big cotton bath towel. It's how we were all taught.
Yeah.
It was.
Grab your bath towel or grab your beach towel, which is even thinner fabric, and dry the car off.
Where do beach towels usually go at the beach? What's at the beach? Sand. What's it getting in your towel? Sand.
But you wash them. You don't just leave them alone.
Microfiber was also less common back in the day.
Yeah.
You couldn't just say, I'm going to go buy a microfiber towel at the store. They didn't have them at the store.
Yeah.
No.
Yeah.
Well, what I'm saying here is that, like you're saying, the lubrication goes a long way, though, and that helps move it along
all
the surface more
all
easily.
that really does, though, is it does help with lubrication, but it provides the extra shine at the end, a little more gloss enhancement.
Yeah.
But it is the towel, because you're drying it without leaving all that extra lint and stuff that you're probably getting from a cotton bath towel.
That's true.
So, Faith, I hope you check it out.
Oscar says roll call. I think Oscar's
Oscar.
here. We're all here.
We're here. Jorge says, so I'm in the market for a good glass coating. What would you recommend? Honestly, Diamond Glass. Diamond Protect, Diamond Glass.
A long time for you to say that after.
That's why I said.
Well, because I burped.
Yeah.
And then the other one, though, I would really recommend is Inspiration View.
Yeah,
that is a really
yeah.
great glass coating. Very easy, simple to use. But Diamond Glass is very simple and very easy to use.
It's not that G-Technics glass coatings are not good. They're a little bit more difficult to use than the other two mentioned, but they're also great. JD Garage says, Jeff C., More than likely, they will offer you a set of wheels they carry that are similar to what you had. Don't take that offer and make sure they pay for actual value of the wheels they destroyed.
There you go.
Yeah, because an aftermarket set of wheels is not going to be as valuable as an OEM set.
Yeah, well, that's literally what they did with my Acura.
Yeah,
Because the previous owner said that one of the wheels was slightly damaged, and they said, "Hey, we're just going to get you set up with a whole new set of wheels that we sell here at Les
which
Schwab."
sounds good, but
And
they're
we're
getting
going
a
to
sweet
keep
margin
your
on
wheels,
it,
and they're
then
going
they
to
get
keep
your
wheels.
valuable RSX
I
wheels.
still can't believe
Type
that
S
happened.
wheels.
I'm so mad about that.
No, but
That
that's what
wasn't
they.
even there.
Yeah, this happened
Kimberly.
before you were born.
Kimberly MC
Weird.
says, "Quick body used like C2 V3, but only on dry and prepared paint, and not to be used on windows. Quick body.
You can. It's just depends on the glass.
Yeah, some glass is weird with quick body and doesn't like it.
Like I did that Tahoe or Yukon XL last week. I used Diamond Quick Body on the whole car, and I used it on those windows.
Yeah.
And it was fine.
Yeah.
I've used it on other cars where I put it on the window and got like, oh crap, I can't use it on the window.
It just immediately
This doesn't.
shows.
Yeah, it instantly doesn't makes a mess, and it's just not. It just depends on the glass.
That's fair. Jeff.
Nothing they carry is remotely close to what I have, and there's no way I would accept that. Thank you, Jeff.
Smart man.
Han says, "Yay Q&A."
Yay! And I believe
What's up,
we are
Hans?
on to page 2, or is that right?
Yeah, I think so.
That is
Yeah.
right. Okay.
Obsessed Garage is in there leaking and peeping.
Oh, wow, that is
Lurking and
interesting
peeping.
choice of words.
Think
All right.
is what I should say. And then Rag Company, someone popped in. I'm assuming that's Gabe.
No, that was me.
Oh, that was you. Okay.
From my
Kirby
phone
Thompson
here.
saying, "Afternoon to TRC crew, the three amigos, Trace Amigos, and all the loyal TRC fans too." What's up, Kirby?
Thanks, bud.
And then JD Jeff, they tried pulling that BS on a buddy of mine.
Mm-hmm.
Scott saying, "Good afternoon, everybody."
Good afternoon.
Grant,
Nice DeLorean.
with all the weight
That is
Dane is losing, he's saving all the fat to make his own line of premium hand soaps.
my God.
Ode to Massage Chair by
The
Hennen
masseuse
Cosmetics. Be yourself.
Be yourself.
With a kissy face. Oh, my God.
Premium hand soaps.
I bet it's
Wow.
very, very lubricating
Yeah.
and probably quite, what's the other word?
I'm just picturing that scene where they're
Moisturizing. That's
where
the
they're
word.
at the lipo clinic and the movie
Yeah.
Fight Club, and
Yeah.
it's just ugh.
Yeah.
Yeah, the
gross.
bags.
Yeah, the bags.
Yeah.
Kevin Manzan says, "Welcome home, Andy. Thank you. It feels
Hey.
good to be back." And then we have Ismail says, "Bring back the round bucket stickers,
He
please."
doesn't like the squares.
Some people don't like squares. That's fine.
No.
But
Everybody's
I
got
like
their
the
type.
round ones. I still have a round one on mine.
Yeah.
You know.
They
But
exist.
I'm sure
but-
for 2023 there will be a new bucket sticker design.
Triangle one.
Like,
Octagon.
yeah, let's mix it up. Let's do a triangle with like a hazard
more,
symbol
You're getting
kind
like
of
more
one.
complicated with more harder edges that just lift.
It's a dodecahedron.
Yeah.
I can't even
Why
pronounce
did they
it
do
right.
a sun logo? It's an actual sun. JD Garage says, "OG, I performed a
rage
rage polish this morning. Matt would be proud."
Very nice.
To which
Nothing
Matt
beats a good
presumably
rage
responds.
polish.
Might be Tommy though.
Yeah. OG, it's good for the soul.
It is.
And then Joey saying, "Hello, my friends. I got my package yesterday. Love the tiny gauntlets. Finally replaced my Spectrums from 2015.
Oh, wow.
Nice to have more than just purple. Yeah, dude, I love tiny gauntlets. They're my favorite.
They're
1212s.
They're
perfect.
great at pulling things out of the oven as well.
They're also great for that too. Tiny
Keeps me from
gauntlets.
burning my hands.
Thanksgiving was easy.
Yeah.
Tiny gauntlets.
Yeah, no,
You
they're
didn't like melt the fiber when you did that.
probably a little bit. Maybe a little
fine.
little singe.
no, but I do like them. I use them all the time. That's one of
kitchen
my
gauntlet.
favorite. Yeah, the
Yeah.
kitchen gauntlet.
kitchen.
Great.
Yeah.
It's also wonderful when you do need to throw down the gauntlet. It's
Oh.
perfect size. Slap somebody.
They're great for
Hey, yo.
wheel drying.
Yeah, they are.
They're great for wheel drying
And,
when you don't use like a bead maker or anything like
Yes.
that. Just the gauntlet fibers, man, they just do not agree well with stronger sealants.
Yeah.
And so
What I like using them for and what I
It
use them for
is.
specifically
Yeah.
is I'll use them with Dream Maker as a final wipe down.
Yeah.
Because it's just perfect size. It holds plenty enough and I can walk around, double check everything, make sure the car looks on point. Or I use it as my drying towel when I'm final drying a vehicle. So I finish drying it, then I get my air out and I'm blowing out all the water.
yeah, that's fun.
It's a little pickup.
That's my
Yeah.
pickup towel. Catch up all the extra little spots. It works great for that because it absorbs so much.
Yeah.
So
23, do the do.
is Force safe on all surfaces?
I wouldn't say on all.
Not on
surfaces.
everything, but it's pretty strong. You could dilute it.
Don't use it on interiors.
Yeah.
Exterior stuff, I highly recommend diluting it if you're going to spray on anything that's questionable. But for the most part, anything on the lower panels, wheels, tires, things like that, engine bay, I think Forest is safe. But just, yeah, I mean,
I dilute it. I use it. I literally dilute it every time because it's so strong already. So that even 1-to-1 or 2-to-1.
I take my 1 liter.
Yeah,
and I dump it into an IK, half of it. And then I fill the rest with distilled water or just normal water. And then I just use it 1-to-1. But keep in mind, I'm using a couple sprays. I'm not soaking things down unless it's hammered.
Yeah.
And then I do that.
Yeah, and that's what I'm trying to say is you can do quite a bit with it. And if you go about it thinking like, oh, I should dilute it, it's going to be great. Plus, we got 5 liters coming here.
Yeah.
Literally.
Yeah, you're going to buy that
pretty soon. I'm very excited.
So really quick, though, before we jump to the next thing, I just wanted to say a quick update session. Update on my wife's car, coated in DB36.
Yes.
2019
So 2018, Dane. You get the year wrong literally every single time.
I do, because I got a 2020, and you told me about the deal a year prior, I thought, but you got the car. Okay, see, that's why I always do it.
Yeah.
I always assume it's a year.
It was at this time, 2018.
Gotcha.
DB36.
Yeah.
We put it on back in, what, September?
Yes.
Okay. I've washed the car once.
Yeah.
It's clean.
Staying clean.
It's clean.
And we've had some pretty nasty weather.
And I washed it once, I think sometime in October.
Yeah.
And since then, the car has stayed clean.
It's freakish, right?
I can't believe it. Like, I literally walk in the garage every night, right, before I go shutting everything down and whatnot. I walked out there and I looked at it and I go, I haven't cleaned this thing. I haven't washed it, haven't touched it, haven't done anything. And it's cleaner than it's ever been in 4 years of owning it.
Wow.
Yeah.
For this long.
Yeah. It's freakish.
It's pretty crazy. I'm kind of just amazed at literally just how clean it's
When they
staying.
mean self-clean, I've never had a coating this self-cleaning before.
Yeah. It's really, I mean, it is exceptionally impressive. I mean, I don't know. Like, I have cars that sit in the garage, right? You know, like I got the motorcycles and things like that. And I can't believe that she daily drives that thing in all weather conditions that we've had here. There's been snow she's driven it in so far. There's been rain. There's been dust. There's been all sorts of stuff. And I go out into the garage every single day and I look at it and I go, I washed this a month and a half ago. Or actually, I think it was after I came back from SEMA. A month and a half ago. And I go, I don't get it.
Yeah,
I don't get it. I don't get it. I really don't. And
like I said, when Carly would go to the grocery store and she'd be walking back to her car and she'd call me and go, oh, hey, forgot to tell you, thanks for washing my car. And I'm like, I haven't washed your car in 6 weeks. She's
so
like,
I want to know how long
shiny.
this effect lasts for, though, right? Because this is my own personal test bed that I've had. But I want to know how long this kind of wow factor of the self-cleaning lasts for.
Still going on almost 2 years.
The hydrophobics are still there, right? But like, have you ran Carly's through a car wash? Or
yes.
No? So I won't ever run.
I've run Carly's through a car wash twice.
Yeah.
And I've washed it at home probably 8 times in the last 2 years.
Yeah.
And I've used Diamond Quick Body on it twice.
Okay. So I'm planning on doing no car washes.
I'm not using any other drying aid.
We're gonna just keep running it. But her windshield, parked it out overnight because we coated the windshield too. She had no frost on her windows. I mean,
done.
I'm looking at it going, wow, that is staying weirdly clean. So, anyways, hopefully that's an update I probably should have talked about that in the main show. My bad, but anyways,
that's a great point.
Rob Schottaker saying, as TRC grows, do you find the need for additional distribution centers more centrally located in the U.S., or do you think it will always be an Idaho-based business only? Well, Rob, we don't really find a need for that right now.
No.
We're actually, where we're located, if we were located near, say, Seattle or Portland or near a port, it really doesn't change the benefits. We actually have a better benefit because our cost of living is cheaper here in Idaho.
The warehouse would be
gone up.
Expensive,
slightly cheaper.
It's gone up, but we've been locked. But we
are
are locked into a lease where we are
Lifetime.
still under. No, but we're under. right?
Yeah.
What we would normally, we're under market value of what we would normally pay for rental.
Well, this place was not nearly as nice as it is now when we took over.
Right.
So
Well, but that
we
doesn't-
have kind of
But
improved
even if it
things.
doesn't matter, it's the fact that if we were to move, we're in almost 100,000 square feet total complex. If we went to find another 100,000 square feet, say in Seattle, we'd be paying
an arm and a leg.
5 to 6 times more
Yeah.
than what we pay here.
Yeah.
Yeah.
My point was, that by no small feat,
And then we'd
we
have to
made this
pay
place
people
more attractive as
in
a place
Seattle
to
money.
have a business at.
Right? If we went to Seattle,
Yeah.
we have to pay people for Seattle money.
Yeah.
Right? So it's just the costs associated are a little different. So we're pretty sure we're going to just stay an Idaho-based business, but we have hubs that we've been building. So Rag Company Europe is right outside, a couple hours outside of Amsterdam, and that is same kind of thing, near a port. It's a decent drive, and then from there they can ship to everywhere in Europe. So it's very centrally located. Then the other one is in UK, and then we have one in Australia. So.
And in the U.S., there's lots of people who carry our products.
And then there's a lot of distributors in the U.S. that carry our products you can buy from. So if you go to our website and go to distributors, you'll see literally everybody that currently sells Rag Company products.
Otherwise, everybody buys online.
Hans, talk to John from Forensic Detailing. He can talk about renting a car for the ring. He's done it a few times.
Yeah.
Daniel Harrison, good afternoon, gentlemen. I have a 2021 Ford F-150 that had CSU and EXO applied back in May. And I would like to know if it's time to do a chemical decon using an iron remover. Sure.
Well, feel it.
You could, yeah.
Touch the paint, see how it feels. And then maybe, that's what I would do. Instead of jumping straight into doing a chemical decon with an iron remover, just grab it's not W6. Is it W6? Fallout remover?
Yeah.
From G-Technic. You can grab their fallout remover. I think it's W6, right? Gosh, dude, I'm getting so much stuff.
I get them mixed up on the number. W5 is citrus.
W6,
right?
W6, I think it's W6. So take W6, dilute it 1-to-1, just cut it with water, and do a test spot. Just go hit a lower area, see if anything starts turning any colors, see if it improves it at all.
Yeah, you might not even need to do it. Some people go almost a whole year before they have to do that.
I haven't done a chemical decon on one of my cars that sits outside in 2.5 years. Doesn't need it.
I haven't done it on any of mine.
Doesn't need it. And
so
that's that. But it depends. Do you live near a train track? Do you live near a lot of fallout? But do a test spot, see if anything turns, and if it does, maybe hit the whole car and then rinse it.
Yeah.
Scott says, my mom had the bumper on her car resprayed last week. How long should I wait to apply sealant over the new paint? You're going to wait probably another month and a half to 2 months, probably. Well, in the wintertime now, I would probably wait until maybe January or February because it's colder. Yeah, I don't know. I just don't mess. We had a couple weird experiences with putting stuff on cars that before they off-gassed completely. I haven't even on my car. Nothing's on it still.
Yeah, you don't want to take that risk because once it's there, it's like locked in.
It's been almost. We're coming up on 2 months now since I had that stuff resprayed. It's just not.
Give it time.
I just want to give it time.
Wow.
Give it time.
That makes it nice.
Yeah, give it time because you have clear coat on there. You don't have to put anything on there.
Yeah.
All you're doing is going to change the surface tension and add a little bit of water behavior to it. But you have this new clear coat.
It's not going to oxidize
UV
overnight.
Inhibitors.
Yeah, you're not going to hurt it.
Fresh
You'll be
stuff
okay.
in there.
The only thing that's going to hurt is the rock.
Yeah,
Wow.
I mean, actual physical damage will do that.
And there's not really much you can do about that except for PPF. But Shad Stoker says, these gorgeous gents, so happy to catch the show today with these fellas. Thanks.
Hey, Shad.
Thank you very much.
Thanks, bud.
It's a kind compliment.
So nice.
Neil White says, happy Thursday, TRC. Will you all be doing a Christmas Eve live stream this year? Please say yes. I need an escape from
So not a Christmas Eve, but we will be doing a Thursday Q&A Christmas show.
That's true.
Right before Christmas because Christmas Eve's Saturday. So we're going to be doing it Thursday.
Yeah.
But yeah,
but in
the
a
same
sense,
style Christmas
yes.
show. See, we're ready for December. I got my
Look
square
at that.
body.
That's
with
a
my camper
dope
on it.
shirt.
Wow.
And a Christmas tree.
Yeah, that's very
That is
cool.
too cool, Levi.
Ready to rock and roll. The only thing you need left is a Pepsi logo on it. We'll be happy.
Okay.
Kevin, hey guys, question. Do you highly recommend applying 2 layers of DB36 or just will 1 layer be enough? So it depends, Kevin, on what you've got. If you're working on a small sedan, 2 layers is going to be very easy and very simple to do on your car. And honestly, the second layer goes by so much faster and so much quicker than the first layer. I always would recommend at least 2 coats of Diamond Body 36, but it's strong enough that you could get away with 1. Honestly, you could. And what I usually tell people is if you just want to do one, realistically, the best place is to put your second coat, if you want, just for added protection, front of the car, back of the car, and the lowers. Those are going to be your best, because those are where it's going to get the dirtiest and get the most grime.
Yeah, I agree with that. Wesley
run and do
Oaks says, I don't make it off into the live. Dane is, in fact, looking much slimmer.
Hey,
Thanks,
thank you.
Wesley. We appreciate it.
I think I
man.
have some kind of body dysmorphia because I can't feel a difference looking at myself.
We've all been
but
saying
if other
it.
people see it, then that's cool. I appreciate that. Helps me out, encourages. So thank you. Tyler Graff here saying, what happened to the facial towels? Those are the only towels that keep my wife from hurting me when my TRC shipments come in.
We're going to have to find out, Tyler, because we thought they were still on the website.
Yeah,
So,
I thought they
sorry.
were still out there.
We didn't know they've seemed to have disappeared. So
We
we'll have to
want to
bring that
protect
up.
you from, danger, so
we know it helps.
We'll go ask.
We have the Hairy Horsewife says, hope you all had a cracking week. Way to round my day up after 7 hours of putting Christmas lights up.
Nice.
Man,
There you go,
that is a boss move, Aaron. That's great,
Yep,
man.
Following up.
And he says, when you guys are here in July,
If you take a trip up to Stiarna Glass
Oh, okay.
HQ, I'm just up the road. You'll have to come have a play with the bees.
Hey.
Don't like bees.
so I don't like bees, but I love honey.
Me too.
Do you are you a honey
Oh,
guy?
I'm a big honey guy. You know who else is a big bee guy? My brother-in-law.
Really?
My brother-in-law has a number of hives in his backyard.
If you give me a
And-
beekeeper outfit and some smoke, I'll do it.
When
And-
I hear hives in the backyard, it's a lot different meaning to me.
Anthony and I.
What a euphemism.
So Anthony always brings
trying to
in.
catch you while you're taking a drink.
Close.
Anthony always brings in a raw honeycomb for me and him to enjoy.
I
Nothing
did.
tastier
I
than
bought
bringing
that
in
honeycomb one time off of
Yeah.
Amazon,
Yeah.
and it was freaking amazing.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It was so
somehow
good.
Amazon
So-
honeycomb was actually good.
So I've been making. My kids only eat peanut butter and honey sandwiches. They don't like peanut butter and jelly. I don't know why. So they only eat peanut butter and honey.
Huh.
So every morning, every morning, I have to make peanut butter and honey. We go through so much honey at our house.
There's a good.
So-
honey's great for you.
So I asked, which is, I mean, it is
What about
honestly,
a honey banana sandwich?
but honey peanut butter is and I use real peanut butter.
Okay.
So it's
certainly hope
on
so.
wheat bread. No, I mean, like I don't use Jif or Skippy or
Right.
I use Adams.
I'm a
And
crunchy man. Are you
No.
doing the crunchy?
So are you using- you're using
well,
Adams
so
All
much for
Natural?
talking
I'm
real
using
peanut
Adams
butter.
peanut butter.
that's the no stir or the stir.
The no stir,
So
smooth.
it doesn't have the separation of the oils.
No. So you use it and you smear it on, and then then I put honey on. Problem I found:
Yeah.
raw honey, real raw honey, starts to crystallize. So you have to warm it up in water.
Yeah. It doesn't go bad.
Doesn't go bad.
Yeah.
It'll last for 10,000 years.
Yeah.
But you got to warm it up every morning. And I got tired of that. And Carly thought that it was going bad, all our raw honey from our brother-in-law.
yeah.
Don't
And
tell
I
her she
kept
started
trying
throwing
to,
it
she
out.
did. And I started
Oh,
saying, don't throw it
no.
out. It's still good. She goes, it's turning hard. And
Turning
it's going
crusty.
bad. And I go, you just got to warm it up. So she went and bought some honey, another honey thing. So it's funny because I have all these like random honey
Yeah.
jars in my cabinet now
Like
because I
Winco
make
has
so
that
much
honey dispenser thing in the
They
back.
have
you can
bees
go
in
to.
there. There's real bees.
There's real bees in there.
in there. You
If
can
you
hear
stick
them.
your ear right up to it, you can hear
Yeah.
it.
Is there actual real bees?
Have you ever gone to those things? Like gotten
Their
that
honey
close and listened?
dispenser, it's got bees in the
There's
in
real
the
honeycomb
store.
inside, and to keep it going, there's bees in there.
Yeah, you just open the tap and like they're like, just be sure the bee parts maybe come out.
Yeah,
so
you
know.
might get a little extra protein with your.
Oh my god!
But it's the real deal, man.
Pretty rad. Having too much fun says Sawzall is life. When is TRC going to start selling DIY detail?
Oh man, mighty presumptuous.
Oh,
Well,
we're playing with it. There's some things I like about the brand. There's
Sure.
some things that I'm not a huge fan of. But I mean, honestly, I think it's
thankful
a,
to DIY for sending us stuff to play with.
I think it's a great brand for people that are literally just getting started. I think it's great for that.
That's definitely the goal.
I don't know if we have room
succeeds.
for it in our lineup, but I will say that, I mean, the glass cleaner is great. The APC is great. The ceramic quick detailer, I wasn't really sure about that one because it doesn't seem to clean anything. It just seems as like an added, like,
It's sticky.
more of a
I mean, it
protective
seems like
product.
it is just a protective product. But
Yeah.
I was noticing that there was nothing for quick cleanup
Yeah.
in the line.
Yes.
See, a
You
quick
know, I'm
detailer
saying? I
noticed
usually
that as well.
serves
There's no-
that purpose.
I really
Yes.
like their interior clean and protect.
Yeah.
I like that. I thought it was
Smells
great.
good.
Smells good. I like their tire dressing. Only thing I didn't like was that I overused it, and it went fast because I wanted to see what it would
A
take.
couple of my sprayers broke already.
A couple of my sprayers broke already, but the sprayers aren't bad.
The reason why there's probably no quick cleanup product is probably because I have the rinseless in there, which you just make something out of that. Which I get that. That would be Ivan's method because of just efficiency and whatnot. But I don't know. I don't think it's a bad brand. Like I said, we've been playing with almost everything. I haven't used the iron remover yet.
I use the degreaser. I use the iron remover. It's got a scent.
They always do, but no, I think it's a good brand. I mean, like I said, I would if anybody was asking
everything
me,
works.
Hey, should I buy some to get started? I would say absolutely.
Yeah. So
but just because something works doesn't always mean it's a perfect fit for what we do.
So far, everything I've used works as intended.
Yeah,
So,
perfect.
David Blowy, what's up, guys? Tearing apart yet another Sheriff's Cruiser. Nice. I would like to get a Sheriff's Cruiser for myself, mostly for the plastic back seat shelf for my kids.
That would be amazing.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Because
that's
the other
barf proof and
oh man, it'd be so nice. Vinyl floors and a plastic back seat. Like just not even a seat. It's just a
those
bench.
old moldy nugs got nowhere to go.
Yeah.
Well, and then you have a cage on there.
And then
to
I have
protect
a cage.
yourself from the kids.
So like I'm like
canine,
I'm dreaming about that because I got in the the Camry the other day.
Yeah.
To back it out of the garage so I could pull a car in to detail it. And there was
funky.
There was 2 full quesadillas from Del Taco stuffed in the rear cup holders.
Ooh, okay.
Not even eaten.
No.
Just unwrapped and then rolled back up and put in the cup holders like paper towels.
Yeah.
Just aging finely.
I don't know when they went and did that.
Yeah. So really quick, one of my core memories is when I was a kid. I'll try to tell this story really fast. My dad bought a 15-person, whatever it is, 16-person passenger van, right? Yeah. He got it down in Southern California near the border, right? Okay. So it actually had the grates in it, the actual, gating, right, going from the first 2 driver seats to the rear, right?
Yeah.
And it had the bench seats in there, but it was like how many rows? It was like 6 rows.
It was like a prison.
I was gonna say, is this like prisoner transport, or
it was seriously, man. It was crazy.
Okay, it was probably really cheap then.
And he bought, but it was like almost new. Like it was nice.
Yeah,
it was nice.
Well, yeah. Was it like an auction vehicle, or
I don't know. I know that he went down to Southern California near Tijuana, and that's where he bought it, and then drove it back up.
Yeah.
But it
feels like a police auction.
So it had the cage in it and whatnot. You couldn't get through the cage, right? So if you got into the cab, you can't get to the back, right? And there was outside door locks and everything. That you couldn't open the door from the inside,
right?
Yeah, it sounds like a prisoner.
So you can only open it from the outside, right?
Don't want to get in that Uber.
So he bought this thing, right? And he was telling my mom because they were divorced at the time. And he said, "Hey, I'm going to take the kid up. I'm going to take Anthony up, and the other kids, and we're going to go up to this snow mountain and go do tubing and all this stuff." And my mom says, "Hey, that thing doesn't have snow tires on it, right?" He goes, "Oh, it's fine, right? It's got new tires on. I don't need snow tires." We're driving up this mountain, California.
Isn't that what you just said to you said to Dane?
Yeah, he pulled that on me.
Last week you said that.
He's just mad because I buy lots of.
You said that exact same line. You said you don't need snow tires if you have new tires.
Meanwhile, I'm a snow tire aficionado.
We're going up a mountain. We're going up a mountain to it wasn't called Yellowstone. Not Yellowstone. What's the other place? Yosemite. We're going to Yosemite, and we're going up these steep mountains, right? I remember the funniest thing, right? We drive past this chain setup place, right, where you set up your chains and you can buy chains. Drive up, start going up the hill, right? Whole passenger van, right, starts going backwards, and we start doing 360s going down the road. It's the craziest thing. I thought it was the funnest thing ever, but little did I know that was
the time you almost died.
He was absolutely crapping himself.
The best part about that van, right, was that everything was vinyl. The whole entire floors were vinyl floors. There's no carpet in that van at all whatsoever.
So the impact of your face on the floor is going to hurt that much.
So it was hilarious because
better,
when everything was spinning, right, I think I had what's it called? Like a Nesquik, we had chocolate
like a
milk.
Yoo-hoo.
We had chocolate milks back there. We had all sorts of stuff, right? Everything sort of flying everywhere, right? And I'm scared to death that my dad was going to be like, "Oh man, we gotta clean up this mess, right?" Because he was kind of weird about that kind of stuff, and literally had no care in the world. He's like, "Yeah, I don't care." He's like, "It's all the vinyl floors. It's like the seats were. I don't even think they were vinyl. I think they were plastic seats, if I remember right. I think they were plastic seats, and but my favorite part was going after we chained up. He bought chains for $500, right? And then we're going up the mountain. We were so hungry because we couldn't open access, right?
Yeah.
So my dad's, I guess, fiance at the time was feeding us chips through the grated holes, right? So she was breaking Ruffles in half and
you go,
feeding us to
kids.
it. She fed us those chips for 45 minutes before my dad pulled over
That's
to actually feed
excruciating.
us. Hilarious, dude. So anyway, so those
So good.
floors
That's a
and
quality
those,
story.
and
Thank
those
you for sharing.
seats,
Yeah.
like life changing.
Yeah, I always
Wow.
think about it. I'm like, ooh, those new, like not a new, like a 2019 Lincoln Continental. I'm
Yeah.
kind of looking at. I like them. Not anything I would buy, but I look at that and I go, that'd be a nice family car replacement.
Yeah.
You know, have a little more luxury, a little more,
Like a
classiness.
town car? They don't make the Continental.
They make a Continental, Dane.
Oh, you're talking about the Continental that
2018
barely sold, but had the
2018
EcoBoost,
yeah.
and you could get the coach doors on it, but it was a limited edition.
Yes.
Yeah, they were
That's what
cooler
I'm-
with the coach doors for sure.
That's what I'm looking at. Point is, I'm looking at those going, wow, they're very affordable now.
Yeah.
Yeah, they
And,
depreciated like crazy.
and-
They're good cars though.
and point is, though, I look at that and then I think of my children and those quesadillas and the hidden rotten apples.
Yeah.
And all that, and I go, oh, this Crown Vics I can get at a police auction for like $3,000.
yeah,
I think honestly, Crown Vic with V8 under it.
Yeah.
I mean, with a
or get
plastic
yourself a
back seat.
Pursuit Caprice.
That's that's what I'm saying. I'd probably just buy one of those for myself.
I mean, the
Be
Caprices that they
baller.
didn't sell in the regular used market, you could
Yeah.
only get them as
Yeah.
a police cruiser.
Yep.
Yeah.
Jay's Car Channel saying, happy Friday Eve, gents. Great to see
Yes.
Ant Dog back in the fold. Have a great
you.
weekend, fellas. And I hope G. Davis has some nice comments today regarding
Can't
the reason for Anthony's absence last week.
I'm sure he's got
I'm sure
material.
he'll say something.
Ricardo B saying, what's up, gentlemen?
What up, Ricardo?
Shad Stoker saying, sup, fellas. So happy to catch the show today. I always learn something new. Grateful for what you guys do. Thanks,
Thank
man.
you.
Appreciate it. Kirby Thompson, Anthony. Is it possible to convert the IK9 foamer to just be spraying, to be a sprayer for pre-soak use?
The Foam Pro 9 or the Foam 9?
Many people
Yes, it
try
is.
these things.
Kirby,
it is.
email him, Anthony at
Yeah, just
theragcompany.com.
email me, Kirby. The 9 can be converted, yeah.
Jonathan, cuando vienen a Mexico?
Hey.
Jonathan, don't know. Juan heads there quite often, but it would be fun. It would be fun to do that. I know our
You
friends.
think Tijuana?
We could go to Tijuana, maybe find
a
another
little
van.
further south than Tijuana.
So I do know that Distributors would like to do a rag company event in Puerto Rico this year.
Yeah.
If we want to go there.
Puerto Rico would be
So-
cool.
To catch up on my tan.
I know in
right?
Mexico I like Puerto Vallarta, but
So I'd go down there, I'd oil up
Or
before hitting up
Puerto
the
Rico's
beach.
Puerto Rico's fun, and the people there are pretty awesome.
Yeah.
Harry Housewife, wheels are destroyed on my Fiat, but my vehicle. Wait, what was that? I missed.
Whoops.
Tyler Graff. Did my
Tyler.
wife's winter wheels with Diamond ProTech wheels the other week. Never done any coating before. Seemed to go very easy. Wasn't totally sure of the wipe off time. Waited a few minutes. Felt okay. Yeah.
if it felt
that's
okay,
pretty
then you
much
did it
man.
right.
Wheel coatings are pretty forgiving for the most part.
Yep. And
You'll
then
be okay.
Darren saying wheels are destroyed on my Fiat, but any vehicle I like and any good wheels, I change the tires myself. Years of working wheel refinishing, I don't trust anyone. Smart.
Darren, I didn't know that you did that. That's great.
Darren, many,
Hans
many
says
talents.
Pullman a hundo to the tire guy will help.
Yeah, that's
true. That's
Get
true.
yourself something nice.
Yeah. Hugo saying, hey guys, and then any advice on polishing single stage paint? Yes, clean your pad often. That's the biggest thing. Most of the time, we don't realize when we're using our pads get equally contaminated between clear coat and single stage. Same amount of contamination. The difference is we don't see it because one is clear and the other one is actual paint. So our pads gum up, our towels get dirty. All the stuff that was invisible when you're working on, like, let's say Dane's Ford Flex, you're not going to notice. But if I had a 70s car sitting next to Dane's, you would get the exact same
Lacquer.
level of oxidation off, and we'd be going through the same number of stuff. So the difference is mine is turning colors.
Yeah.
And the goal is to make sure that your pads stay clean. So use air or a pad washer or something, because, as Having Too Much Fun says, lots and lots of pads, because of the fact that you're going to be going through. So it's weird
Yeah.
how much you notice it once you get into single stage. You're like, oh, this just won't stop. Like,
But it's the same principle.
and all you're doing is going for gloss
yeah.
Yeah.
in
That's
reality.
it. Yeah.
It's very satisfying to work
yeah.
on single stage.
Dino
Very
says, hello guys, just checking in later
What's
than
up,
usual.
Dino?
Glad to have you
Hey,
here.
hey, Dino.
And then we have Dane. Dane's going to get lost in the flex. He usually does.
It's a big car.
Sam says, ordered 8 new gauntlets the other day. It should be here soon. Can't
Good
wait. Sam, good
choice.
choice, man. Heck yeah.
Harry Housewife Darren saying, legitimately left my tiny gauntlet in the bathroom. And you can dry a whole human with one tiny gauntlet. Saves so much space.
I'm sure.
Look at that.
Don't doubt it.
Wow.
YouTube being naughty, not notifying. Simon Birch is in the house.
That's right. We got Birch in the garage with the party favor. Hello.
Yes, we do.
Now,
Fully embraced his name.
Fully embraced it. That's how it works.
It's just he's just owning it now. I love that.
Harry Housewife, I would advise against leaving forced on chrome too long. However, it's typically safe on all painted surfaces. Thank you, Darren.
All right.
And then I saw Tony saying it was August, the DB36 install on the Forerunner.
Huh.
Holy crap.
So it was August.
Yeah.
I've washed it once since August. I'm a bad husband.
Holy cow.
Hey,
Wow.
but the point is, you
yeah.
put it on, she doesn't notice. She thinks you
That's
didn't wash it.
hilarious.
Holy crap, that's a selling point for a lot of guys who maybe get
washed it
hassled for washing the
once.
cars more often.
Once I've washed it. Since August. Crap.
Dude.
There you go. Kirby Thompson having a few gauntlets
Oh,
at
sorry.
12-12.
There we go.
Can save the day for soap contact wash when you forgot to pack the chenille mitts. It's
Yeah.
true, Kirby.
Get the job done.
Good reason. Scott says, Diamond Protec is finally available here in Australia. Looking forward to my next few weekends of detailing.
Nice.
Yeah.
There you go, Scott. And if you guys are looking in Australia for Diamond Protec, you can pick it up from our friends at Car Care Co.
Yep.
Check them out.
Yes.
We always want to say AU Car Care Co. because that's what their handle was
That's how their
forever.
handle is,
Yeah.
But it's just Car Care Co.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then Antoine Armstrong. Hey, from Cleveland. Oh, watching in the garage while hiding from the kids. Just got my Rupes Uno Protect and can't wait to try it. Have
Nice.
fun, Antoine.
Nice.
Enjoy
Stay safe.
Great
Stay
product.
hidden. Right. We have John. That's a
Gorecki.
interesting-
Wow.
Interesting
Unsettling.
image. Hey guys, I bought some diamond wheel and glass kits and was wondering what towel comes in the kit. That towel that comes in there is the Edgeless 300, I believe.
It is.
Okay.
Hans, can you put my shop on the TRC website? My new web shop is almost ready to launch. Yeah, Hans, we can. Let us know when it's ready, and we'll let
we'll talk
Tim
to the
know.
guys.
Yeah.
We have Grant Hottree says,
Yes, Anthony, you need to read this one.
day 914. Anthony makes my family shovel the snow in his driveway, barefoot, wearing chains and ponchos. Please like, share, and subscribe to all TRC media so my family doesn't have to work for God, Anthony.
Wow.
So the thing is you know what? With hopefully the newest installment of the
additions.
insulation, right?
Yeah, it's stay warmer for
upstairs
winter.
They might not
and-
freeze to death.
And the expansion of their home,
Yeah,
right? They
because
should be
they
grateful.
clawed their way through the firewall.
Well, they should be
Right.
grateful for only having to wear chains, right?
Yeah.
Because the thing is, I got rid of the shock collars last week, right?
Right. Well, that's
Because
nice of you.
they've been good.
Yeah.
And they've been asking for less food because I'm sure they're eating the insulation, which is saving me money.
That's good.
And so
They're been asking
But for
less
how
food.
long? Because you are going to have to re-insulate at some point.
I'm gonna have to re-insulate, but you know what? They're doing great. We're gonna keep them up there, and I really feel like it's kind of like that syndrome that they get when
Stockholm syndrome?
syndrome, right?
Yeah, where they
they're-
start to,
they're going to start working for the family, and they're going to start loving the family.
feel like
Yeah.
they like their captor. Yeah, that's a problem.
Yeah, I love
Well,
their
like-
I love their accents. They're
Yeah.
so funny.
Right now, they sing. Well, like you hear them singing to Lucy.
Well, because
I sometimes wonder if it's singing, but they are.
Well, because I put Bluey on, right,
Oh,
and then
that's
she
why.
can tell that the people upstairs sound just like the people on the
Yeah.
TV.
Yeah. Well, and when she says that she hears people upstairs, you say, "No, honey, that's Bluey."
That's Bluey.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're
Or
just
she's
hearing
getting
the TV.
voices in her head already. Who knows?
She's one. She doesn't know the
No.
difference.
Kieran says, when will we be seeing different colored curveballs and tire brushes? So we're gonna probably set up a call here with Detail Factory eventually to maybe discuss what new color options that are available to us in the near future, because they're doing some pretty cool stuff with their molds, and I want to get in on that.
Shout out if you're using a curveball right now. What are you using it for? I'm curious to hear.
Actually, just filmed a video on the
Yeah.
curveball just the other day. Gorilla Jeebus says, "What's up, my dudes?
What's up, my
Dudes?"
dudes?
Hey,
And follow it up with tried absolute plus speed maker, insanely smooth.
That's
Great
the way to
combo.
do it right there. Quality touch. My question earlier might have been confusing, but the bottom part of the sprayer is on the opposite side of the top's wand insert.
Oh, that's
That is strange.
that is backwards.
Should be able to try and twist that bottom piece, I think.
Try to maybe twist it, but
Yeah, that
like
sounds
that's a
like-
strange.
That
Maybe
is very
put, your,
weird.
put your
Right.
feet between it, right? Like put it between your feet, and then try to rotate it and see if it rotates. But
Shouldn't be that
that
way.
should not be
No.
that way. That is strange. JP says, Anthony, today's my last day in the lab for bio with the cute chick that sits next to me. Wish me luck.
Good luck, buddy.
All right, dude. So if today's your last day, we got an update from JP. Did he make the move?
I don't know, but I will say I remember those kind of last days in the lab with the cute girl.
So
I did. I walked up to a chick and said, hey, do you mind if I get your email ad? Mind you, this was like 2000.
Yeah.
But I was like, mind if it was 99, winter of 99. I said, mind if I get your email address? And she's like, oh, yeah, sure. Why? And I said, oh, just stay in touch. She's like, okay. Handed me the email address. Sent her an email that night. Said, you want to go out tomorrow night? She was like, yeah.
Cool.
So here's
Back
the
when
deal,
people
JP.
check their email.
It was a new thing, Dane.
Yeah, I know. Well, I had AIM, AOL,
You didn't have
Instant
You didn't
Messenger.
have email then. You were a child.
Yeah. I did
You
not
were a
have
small
email. I had chat
child.
rooms, though.
Yeah.
You were a small
You
child.
shouldn't have been in chat
Shouldn't have
rooms
been
at
in
that
chat.
age.
I had.
You were
Look how it turned out.
You were what, 7 years old
What?
in
No.
1998?
1999?
1999?
No, he was 9.
I
or
was
10.
9, and then
So you were Augie's age, which is something I
going
horribly
on becoming a
forbid.
teenager. Yeah,
He
the
is not
early
allowed to
2000s,
chat with
I had
anybody.
all the
You
chat
should-
rooms and all
Dane,
that
you
stuff.
should have
Yeah.
been in there.
I'm going to tell your mom
I'm just
about
saying
that.
that's what they knew.
Hold on, JP. So if you've gotten to
was
this
talking to
point and you haven't made a
strangers on the
move
internet.
or nothing has happened, I regret to say that unfortunately you don't have that unspoken riz, and that's okay, right? Because that just means that you have to actually attempt to it and you have to try it. So what I would recommend is if you don't have any other classes or anything else with this girl for the rest of the day, like this is the last time you'll probably see her as the semester is ending, I would just try to slip it in, maybe towards the end of class. Don't and don't back out, right? Because here's what's going to happen: if there's anybody else that's interested in her in that room, they might also be thinking, "Hey, I got to make my move as well," right? But so you don't want her to get grabbed by somebody else and then not have the opportunity and feel like you're like trying to wedge yourself in there. You need to find just a good point, a good stopping point at the end of the day or at the end of class where you can roll up, or maybe even in the bio class itself, and just throw it out there and say, hey, what are you doing for a break? Well, do you have any plans? What do you got going on? Are you going to be here in town? Are you leaving? Just try to gauge the situation, and then maybe throw out the fact that, hey, if you want to get together and go do something, it would be pretty fun. Yeah. We can go do something, go grab some food, or go out and do whatever.
You're pretty cool.
And I think you're pretty cool. You can even tell her that, hey, I think you're pretty cool. Kind of want to hang out with you, right? I find that honestly, you can probably be kind of open with that kind of stuff.
Yeah.
However, the age group situation thing nowadays is different because they go,
the exact verbiage
you can't
can
get a
change.
number, right? But you can say, hey, can I get your snap, right? And people are like, what, my snap? Back in the day, I'd be like, what, you want my Snapchat?
Whatever form of communication is most prevalent in your
back
age
in the
group.
day.
Whatever.
There you go.
There you go.
Back in my day, email address was much easier than asking straight up for a phone number.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was a little more laid back.
Well,
'cause they didn't
texting was my
understand.
thing
There's
back in
less
the day, so
pressure.
the phone number wasn't an issue, right?
Exactly.
But now it's an issue, so now people are asking for the snap. Try to work yourself in that some way, shape, or form, and then throw it out there and see what happens. But I wish you all the luck, man.
Yeah, best of luck, man.
This could be a story when you guys are married someday. You can go, hey, I was asking these guys on a podcast.
Yeah, you guys can
Don't
get married.
project too much on
Destination wedding here at the Rag Company.
Yeah,
How
we'll
crazy
host
would
you.
that be?
Oh my God.
Joey Belinsky says hives in the backyard.
Yeah, cracked up good at that one.
JD saying, what do you guys call carbonated drinks in Idaho? Here in New Mexico, we call everything a Coke. I know in some states they call them sodas or pops.
That's kind of a
we
southeastern
use soda
thing.
a lot.
Pop was
Soda
Pop was big when I grew up.
Pop was very relevant when I moved here.
Yeah,
And
we did
everybody said,
use
"Yo,
pop."
Grab yourself a pop. I'm like, a soda.
In Washington, we
Yeah.
called it pop.
Yeah, we use.
California
I use
soda, 100%.
me and Carly use soda a lot.
Yeah.
Okay.
My mom uses pop,
Okay.
Yeah.
and my
I
dad.
kind of
uses
wish
pop.
people still said pop. I think
They
it's
said
fun.
pop a lot.
Yeah.
It's wholesome.
It is wholesome.
Because my dad's always like, "You want a pop?"
Yeah.
And even when it was just Diet Pepsi.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But Carly and I are like, "I'm gonna go get sodas." She's like, "All right, cool."
Yeah,
Go
I mean, that
sodas.
sounds fine. Flowing off the
So,
tongue, it sounds normal.
We say sodas because we go every week. I go every day
Yeah.
to get me a fountain drink, which I really need to have one just installed in my home. But I take Augie with me on the weekends, and we go get sodas for the whole family.
Yeah.
So Augie gets his, Hadley gets a Shirley Temple, Carly gets her Mountain Dew with Code Red.
Yeah.
She gets a Diet Mountain Dew with Code Red. I do a Diet Pepsi with just a splash of Pepsi. You know?
So, yeah, but like if you go to Georgia, the thing is
They're
they ask
Coke
you
everything.
Coke, but it's shorthand for what kind of
carbonated
carbonated
drink,
beverage
yeah.
would you like. And so from there, they go, what kind of Coke would you like? And they don't mean Coke Freestyle or, whatever.
No, it
they
is
mean,
Coke.
do you want Coke or do you want Dr. Pepper or Sprite or any
No,
of these
it's
other
Coke.
things? It's just general. But they're asking
Atlanta
more than
is
that.
the land of Coke.
I'm aware, but that's kind of where that starts and spreads out from there. It's a southeastern thing in particular.
So here we go. Garen says, "Oh man, Waxstock! I'll have some honeycomb and some pots of honey. I cannot wait to try.
I feel like I can't wait to be Pooh Bearing it up.
And then
you
he
and me
says,
in the Rico.
Raw honey crystallization depends on the crops that the honey comes from, and have hives in different locations. Some is set honey, and the rest is runny honey. That's very interesting. So I think it's a good stopping point for right now. We're actually going to be jumping to a very quick break where you're going to see some commercials, make you laugh, make you cry a little bit. And then after that, what are we doing, Dane?
We're coming right back here for the second half. So what I would ask you on this front is be thinking about what you want to ask in the next part, and you can throw it in the chat, and we'll get to it when we come back right after this. Hello, and welcome back. The guys are walking back in. They're saying hi to some folks out in the lobby here. Anthony is still out there getting a talk. So we are going to continue this along, and Anthony will join us.
Well, see, because I get to go to dinner with these guys tonight.
Oh, wow.
So I'm going to have to talk right now. But Anthony does, because he's not. So
okay, noted.
All right, guys, second hour hitting us hard. And Nate Marcy dropping in, saying, is Diamond Body 36 offered in a larger 50 ml bottle? Doing my dad's 2022 F250 with 2 coats at Christmas, and I don't believe 30 ml is going to be enough. Nate. So I will tell you it's enough. But that is up to you and how heavy-handed you are with the coating. Now, if you grab something like the Pearl Pucks and you have those to utilize, while you're doing that, you're going to be able to make it work with that 30 ml bottle. I've coated a number of trucks that size with 30 mils. It's been tight. I will tell you it is tight, but it is doable. Now, if you want to get another bottle just to have, it's not going to hurt anything to have a little more product. But I will say that there is plenty to do 2 full coats and 30 mils on an F250. I will say that is just fine because I'm doing a Duramax this weekend and I'm doing Diamond Body 36 on it, I think. Okay. And so I'll be grabbing a 30 ml bottle and doing it too. So, Jeff Knockman saying, I have a 2017 Subaru Outback in a white. The issue I'm having issues with is the black B-pillars. They have faded a little, but worst of all, the finish is wearing down. These cars do not have a shiny finish. It's more of a matte black. Do you have a recommendation on how to bring the finish back? Thanks, Jeff in Northern California. Jeff, this is probably going to surprise you. Those B-pillars are just vinyl wrapped. It's just flat black or matte black vinyl. You could talk to any wrap shop in your area and have them re-vinyl wrap those panels. It's very simple, very easy to do. It doesn't take long, and they can
cheaper than paint.
They can put a new piece of vinyl over the top of it. So it's not hard, and you'd be surprised, especially after you take all the rubber and stuff off around. It is just a giant vinyl sticker over a piece of metal. So
and then you can put a protective product over it.
Yeah, you can do that. So simple and easy.
All right, Chris.
Good afternoon, guys. What's the recommended method of washing my Cyclone microfiber wash mitts in the washing machine, and is it okay to combine them with my regular microfiber towels? Depends on how many you have, and depends on what you're washing them with. So if you're washing them with, let's say, some wax towels, compound polish towels, I don't think it's a problem. I would stay away from obviously washing your wash mitts with applicator sponges or dressing towels or dirty job towels.
Something you got like brake dust.
Anything you got some just gunk. You just don't
from your exhaust or
I try and separate. I try.
Yeah.
At my shop when I ran a legitimate business, I separated based on exterior towels, dirty job towels, glass towels.
Yeah. Because the glass towels, you don't want to have them mixed up with anything else.
That was really it. Glass towels were washed separately, completely. Dirty job towels, we use dirty job towels for everything. There were interior towels, there were wheel towels, there were jam towels, there were anything that we touched a dirty surface with. Yeah. And then we had paint-safe towels. So your compounds, your polishes, your waxes, your sealants, that stuff was washed together. All of our ceramic coating job towels went into the dirty jobs towel bin. Therefore, we were pulling them to do interiors and stuff like that. So that's how I did that, because I tried to keep all the paint stuff separate. And then we had so many wash mitts and stuff, we just washed them together with the wash. So that's kind of the goal. So, but yeah, that's what I do. And just use rags to riches. You'll be fine.
Yeah.
JD Garage. Levi, what is the nastiest item you've ever found in a client's vehicle? I had the unfortunate luck of finding a used feminine product. Okay.
Oh, sorry, bud.
Shaking my head. So I had an account with a repossession company that handled repos it was my uncle's company, but it was my uncle's repossession company that handled repossessions for the local credit unions. The credit unions would pay to have the cars detailed by me to get ready to resell at auction. The most nastiest car I got, they were all pretty bad. There was a lot of nice ones in there too. We got a Hellcat.
Hey, yeah.
It was like 2 months old, repossessed. They had
Awesome.
like a person had their 2 trucks and their Hellcat repossessed all within like 3 months of buying them.
Not awesome for the person that got repoed.
No, but they were brand new cars. But we did get a minivan once. It was a Chrysler Town and Country, fully loaded. This would have been 2016, so it was like a 2016 model. So that van new then in 2016 was like $45,000, right? Brand new Chrysler Town and Country, every single option,
not a
including
Pacifica.
No, it was before the Pacifica came out, and it had heated rear seats. I mean, it was a nice van.
No, yeah, no. I had Town and Country.
1 year old. We got in it, and they had my stepmom had garbage bags that she took with her because she saw it when we were doing our runs. She came on a day when we go pick up like 10 cars at the auction. She saw the next one. She goes, I'm going to need some garbage bags and some rubber gloves for that. And I said, oh, okay.
Okay.
She goes, I'll drive it. And then when we got back, there was a car that didn't need to be driven. So she said, Seth, my little brother, you drive the van. I'm going to hop in the back and start filling up this garbage bag.
Okay.
So she was pulling diapers and other garbage, just used diapers.
Oh.
And when we got back, she was like, oh my gosh, that was so bad. There's still so much. And that is the one that I famously tell everybody. They covered the entire floor in pizza boxes, Little Caesars pizza boxes, used pizza boxes as floor matting.
Ugh.
That's what they used for their floor mats, were these used pizza boxes. So
I remember
protection
talking about that. Yeah.
100% right there. I mean, once we removed all the garbage and pulled it out, the actual car wasn't bad because they never opened any of the door pockets, any of the secret compartments. Nothing got opened. It was very strange. They just laid a bunch of used pizza boxes on the floor and then proceeded to not take their garbage out. And literally, we had the back was full of just garbage, bags of garbage.
See, that's the kind of thing that
was
just
the
makes
weirdest,
me wonder what the owner's story was.
It was the weirdest.
How did you use it and why?
Yeah, it was a weird hoarding issue of some sort. But anyway, then I found out when I called my uncle, he goes, how'd you like that minivan? I said, oh my gosh, it was so bad. You know, my stepmom, Julie, she was she was riding in the back. Seth was driving and she was literally filling up garbage. He goes, that's nothing. I pulled 4 bags of dirty diapers out of that thing because it had to sit in my lot for 6 weeks before it could go to the auction. And it was the middle of summer. And I said, gross, thank you for saving me. So that was probably the grossest thing.
I'm getting the feeling somebody lived in there.
I don't even know if they did, man. There was so much garbage. I don't know where they would have lived. They didn't set up like a sleeping spot.
But you're changing kids that often, and it's all winding up in the car. There's some story there,
like I said,
sure.
I don't know.
For sure.
It's nuts either way. So Harry Housewife Darren saying, Chris, use Rags to Riches. And then Rags to Riches works great on any towels and wash mitts. These guys have done a few videos on it. And there's one over on my YouTube channel too.
Yes, sir.
Check it out. Chris says, I got Rags to Riches. It's just the Cyclone wash pads are getting all clumpy and raggedy. I'd soak them and then wash them.
Yeah.
And then Darren says, yep, soak mine for 24 hours in the stuff, then chuck them in the wash. Comes out great. Daytona Wallace, what's the deal with the screwball from Detail Factory?
You mean the curve ball?
The curve ball. It is a brush that's just designed more ergonomically for your hand and for gentlemen of my experience, we'll say.
Comfy and satisfying to use.
Yeah, it's a little bigger. It fits and holds in your hand a little better. I find it's more difficult sometimes to hold the brushes anymore.
It's like holding a billiard ball, kind
Yeah,
of.
it's more like
rubberized.
it's the same reason like we built the Pro Puck. It's much easier to hold. You don't use too much of your hand muscles and cramp a lot of your joints like you would. So you scrub and get it all cleaned up, and then I like it too for cup holders and washing. It's just a little easier to hold. That's the biggest thing, and it's more surface area, so it's a little more efficient than a smaller brush. So, but yeah, you can do a lot of stuff with it. I want to get them to do a boar's hair, a couple versions in the boar's hair,
like a tougher version,
so we can actually get into cup holders and do some stuff like that.
Yeah, that'd
so.
be awesome. Got
Kirby says, to all viewers, try buying a TRC hair turban for a stocking stuffer. Highly recommended with women for longer hair. Great value, nice colors. That's right, Kirby.
People love
that is a great
our hair
one.
turbans. Yes, they're awesome.
JD saying to Chris also that rag switch is great. Make sure to wash on a gentle cycle with cold or warm water. Never hot. Dry with the dryer on low heat or no heat. Don't use dryer sheets. There you go.
Correct. Dryer sheets clog them up.
And then Chris says, ooh, I should try that then. I wash in hot water and should probably stop doing that. And I dry in medium. Yeah, no heat, bud. Stay out of the heat.
Low or no, but we say no a lot of the time because you don't know the settings your particular dryer may be doing, and you could be worse than you think.
Yep. And then Grant is reminding us that Dane is the only person to keep Guido and Luigi in business with purchasing snow tires from Radiator Springs. He gets them in
Radiator
white walls.
Springs is from the Cars universe, though. Why are Mario and Luigi? Oh, Guido and Luigi.
Guido and
Sorry.
Luigi.
Guido and Luigi.
Yeah.
My brain just autocorrected Guido to Mario because I
That's all
saw
right.
the new trailer recently. And I went, Chris Pratt, if you're not going to do the accent, why are you still saying "let's go"? And anyway, that's a whole other tangent. It's weird.
Darren saying, yeah, just cold or warm is all you need, and your tumble dry, 0 to low heat. JD reminding everybody that washing with hot water can melt the fibers of the towel, making them unsafe for use on paint. And then
Just not a good time.
Dane, did you mean the curveball, the big hand detail brush? It's really good and works great. Yeah, it's just good for your hands, man. The whole goal is that we're trying to create and bring out products that are much easier for you to hold because there's new detailers getting into the industry every day.
Yep.
And those of us that have been in it for a very long time are finding that it's getting harder and harder to do things that we used to be able to do when we were younger or new in the industry. And so trying to create products that, one, I can still use, but also that you that are just getting into it or have been in it just a few years can actually use these and not hopefully run into the issues that I run into now. So Chris Marcial, got to do it on my next machine wash. Thanks, you guys. You're welcome.
Absolutely.
Everyone's saying happy to help. And then Jay's Car Channel, I can vouch for the rubber floors in a Crown Vic police car being indestructible. Use some APC in a brush followed with solution finish makes them look brand new again. I know. Nice. I always love them. I always love doing them.
We're on page 1, by the way, so we don't need to rush.
Perfect. Harry Housewife saying, anytime, Chris, like I said, these guys have done a video on it, and so have I, and it's pretty good stuff. And one thing is, when you first soak, you use a grit guard and churn it around for a couple of minutes to work that product in and help the washing stage. That's right. Just let it soak. Mm-hmm. And then Hans closing, yelling out Jeff Hennon.
He is in the other room.
Hans. Appreciate that.
Thank you for being a people yeller now.
And then PK275 saying, hey, guys, wondering when Diamond will be released in Europe. It's
Swiss, so.
It's so close to be at TRC Europe. Mm-hmm. They're literally just working out the rest of the bugs. There was an order placed, and there was an order, and there was a shipping, and there was an order, and there was a shipping, and there was money. And it's like, it's coming.
Right on the verge.
It's been on the verge for a while.
You shouldn't have to wait too long.
It shouldn't. Yeah, it should be here before the end of the year. I know you can pick it up from cleanandshiny.co.uk right now if you want as well. You can pick it up there. So
yes.
JD Garage saying, I love my curveball. Use it for interior cleaning. Clean a whole door panel in a matter of seconds. And I've seen some people use them to apply tire dressing too.
Hey, that's a good idea.
Yeah, you do. I think it's overkill for that.
Well,
that fiber, but once it's yours, it's yours.
It's a very soft fiber, so you're talking about something that's overly delicate, really, for a tire.
David Boyce, I use my curveball on my seats, door panels, and headrests in my 05 Acura RL. Nice, David.
RL.
And then Anthony's Auto Detailing saying, hello, man. And Harry Housewife, how on God's earth are me and Dane the same age? I look so old compared to Dane.
Darren, come on. Don't beat yourself up. I feel like I look old, so don't feel bad.
He's saying back in my day, MSN Messenger. Oh, that's a good one. I did that one.
Yeah, no, had those. MSN Messenger seemed more wholesome. AIM was sketchy.
Yeah. Grant, Levi, and I sent in emails on a Commodore 64. We charged our brick phones in the light brigade. It's funny. It's funny.
I remember Windows 3.1.
Yeah, I remember Windows 95.
Yeah, no, well, I had Windows 95 after 3.1. 3.1 was an earlier iteration.
Yeah, I had Windows. I only got Windows in 95.
Okay, because we had a computer. We had a Compaq, I think, and there was we first got it in like 1993 or 4.
My dad really wanted to get us a Mac, an Apple Mac IIe.
We had Macs at school because
we had them in school.
Being up in Washington, it was all Mac stuff for us. But
well, we had them in school, and that was what we were gonna. My dad was like, "I'm gonna get you one of those." Then he saw the price.
Trail, man.
Then he saw the price, and he's like,
"On second thought."
And then we got a 386.
You don't really need that.
Barely ran Windows.
I
think it was 94, and we got Windows.
So
we had Windows on it.
Commander Keen and the helicopter game and Ski Free.
Yeah. Yep, I played Ski Free.
Love Ski Free.
Harry Housewife. So bear in mind a few weeks.
Fazal.
Hey guys, here in Barbados, we say drinks. We say sweet drinks, and Coke is far more popular than Pepsi. Always wondered about you guys mainly drinking Pepsi. So that's the funny thing, Fazal. What I found was
it's all this guy's influence.
Yeah, I'm the Pepsi nerd. So it was kind of funny because we look at it. It's one of my favorites. I love Pepsi products, but the other thing was when I started here, one of our friendly competition was with Adams Polishes.
Yeah.
And they had Coke.
Right.
They had Coke sponsorship, Coke stuff. So I thought, why not just be Pepsi and be the other guys, And that way we can just kind of have some fun with it.
We're the rebel choice.
Yeah. And that was kind of like part of it as well. And so, but I will say, here in Boise, Pepsi has always been fairly big because when Pepsi was here in Boise before Coke back in the 20s. And so we had a large Pepsi distributorship and bottling company here for a long time back in the early days. So there's a lot of Pepsi signs around town, and Pepsi's marketing has always been very strong. But I will say that on our travels, I have noticed how much harder it is in certain parts. Sure. So Italy, ne'er a Pepsi. No. When we were in Italy, we couldn't find Pepsi to save our lives, but plenty of Coke products. I get Coke anywhere in the world.
Because it's red. It's Rosa's passion.
Yeah. When we were in Germany, I was able to get Pepsi Max.
Yeah.
Or Pepsi Light sometimes. Rarely Pepsi Light.
Right.
Which is Diet Pepsi.
But it was always a point. Like, the guys in the booth always made a thing like, I found some Pepsi for you. Like, it was difficult, but I found it.
Yeah, that was probably the nicest thing. And then the UK, man, that night when I got home and the boys took me to dinner, that next morning I walked over to the Tesco next door to the hotel. I bought like 3 bottles and I pounded 2 of them in my room.
Oh, dang.
Just to get it in me. I got to get it in the bloodstream.
Geez.
But yeah, no, it's funny. And when we take people to dinner, usually it's a Pepsi restaurant too. It's just...
You find a way.
What we do. Harry Housewife, bear in mind, a few weeks ago, I asked if you've used a drying towel in the bathroom. Then look what happened. Have you ever washed yourself with a wash mitt? No, I haven't. But Dane has used the bath towels at his home. Or
specifically, we used to sell bath towels, and I'll be honest, hardly anybody bought them. Spas bought them, but they only bought like once every few years because they last forever.
Yeah.
So it wasn't really, from a business standpoint, it just was tough because they cost a lot more to produce than cotton towels do. And people look at that and go, yeah, but why? I don't like the way microfiber feels. This is back in the days when people didn't understand the difference between
the different
microfiber
weaves.
types and the weaves and stuff. Because they thought, all of it catches my skin. I hate that feeling. I just want cotton. But sorry, microfiber is going to absorb a lot more than cotton is.
Yep. JD Garage saying, I bought a TV for my home garage on Black Friday, and it's a game changer. However, the wife isn't very happy. She says, I never come out of the garage now.
Kind of did that to yourself.
Yeah. I got a garage TV now, and it's my garage, I don't ever listen to it. I usually just put it on, and when I'm working on something else that I'm not using my air compressor, I'm not using something else, then I'll watch something, or I'll just put it on in the background. But
It's kind of just noise, though. Like
most of the time, it's just noise. And what I realized is I need to pair it to Bluetooth to my headphones.
Yeah.
And then I can listen while I'm working on a car or something, maybe some Jason Camisa or something like that. I find myself enjoying watching that kind of stuff.
Oh, absolutely.
When Augie and I built his little project car in the garage for school, his little cardboard car, we downloaded. I went to YouTube and put a bunch of clean teams on so we could watch Jack.
Nice. Yeah,
and we did that while we worked on the project. And
that's super cool.
And it was fun because he liked it because he had met Jack and spent a day with him, so he was excited to see him on TV.
Guy. Yeah. No, that's way cool.
So Harry Housewife said I did a similar thing and bought a cheap projector for my little filming studio and office. It's great. Nice, man. And then JB, happy holidays, TRC crew. 1, do we need to apply diamond glass coating to the wiper blades? And is soap and water sufficient for cleaning the glass before diamond glass prep? So with diamond glass, you do need to clean the wiper blades. You could put some coating on there if you want, but you don't have to. Cleaning the glass, you need to clean it, clay it, and then use diamond glass prep. Diamond glass prep is completely different than diamond prep.
This is the number one thing we've run into with all things Diamond ProTech is people out there using the wrong prep methods or wrong prep products, something other than what comes with it.
Body prep will work, but diamond glass prep is specific to glass. And it almost, they said microscopically when it hits glass, it creates these mini explosions, chemical explosions on the surface that clean out a ton of the pores in the glass, more than most cleaners because of the way it reacts on the glass. And so you clean the glass with this product, and I've watched it. It cleans different. It's a very different side-by-side cleaning process than just body prep. So you clean the glass with that, and then you apply the coating. And the goal is that the coating will then adhere to any of your porous spots and things that are on there. It pulls all the extra dirt and all that stuff out.
Well, what I was going to say was
key.
Every time we have ever demonstrated the glass coating in the live and the other stuff, people always comment, it's weird. It's like it's disappearing into the glass.
It absorbs. It bonds completely.
It just vanishes, and you're like, am I doing it right? I thought I was supposed to. It's gone. You're doing it right.
Yep.
It's a little alarming at first because you weren't expecting that.
Yeah. But clay the glass, clean the glass, use the glass prep, and then put the glass coating on. And then wipe it off. It's easy.
Done.
And then Dark Shadow says, lol, I called that one, lol. And then Franco, yo, guys, do you think it's a bad idea to use the hand crank roller wringer for microfiber towels?
Oh, like an old-timey...
No, you could use it, Franco. I don't see a problem with it. You might damage some of the foams, so you could be able to bring that up a little bit, just enough so you're not too much. But honestly...
Just on the pads,
yeah,
though. I mean, the towels should be fine.
Probably going to be some that aren't.
I think on towels, you're okay.
Yeah. Mike's Auto Detailing saying, guys, us fluffy guys like the curveball. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, just older guys. It's a little easier. And then Randy Ricochet, God, I love this show. Thanks, gentlemen.
Hey,
you're welcome,
thanks,
man.
Buddy.
Fog 1014, I got diamond body in the mystery bag, but I don't really have a car worth coating. First car, used, kept outside. I was wondering if I could use it on the windows, or should I give it to somebody else, or get it to somebody else? So,
you could test your skills in somebody else's car, and they could say,
do it on your parents' car, man.
Yeah.
Put it on your parents' car for Christmas. That's an easy Christmas present.
Dude, that's the gift right there. Easy.
I'm going to coat your car.
Why not do that?
Look at that. Friend, girlfriend, boyfriend.
Yeah.
Parents,
you name it.
Grandparents, aunt, uncle, anything. Dark Shadow, please make a drying towel that doesn't slip out of your hands. That would be a great idea because I dropped your towels I bought a few times. I'm so upset about it. Sorry, Dark Shadow.
That's why we make the smaller ones, though, too, is so you're not dragging them on the ground, that kind of thing.
You can always get a smaller size.
Yeah, smaller liquidator, smaller gauntlet.
But I know what you mean. It's frustrating.
Smaller pluffle.
It's just how it goes.
Yeah.
Kirby Thompson, use on that car. It's a perfect example so you can see what it could do. Yeah, you could just use it on your own car, says Kirby.
You can take something that you don't think is worth
polish it up.
But try it.
Put it on. You'll probably be really impressed with it.
Honestly, yeah.
Yeah. And then Hans, don't forget about ICQ.
ICQ was one of those weird ones I was intimidated by. I never used it because I always thought I had to be way nerdier to understand how to get to
What are we talking
how to
about?
use it. chat programs, messenger programs. The people who were like super nerdy, deep into internet stuff were using like ICQ, whereas us filthy casuals were using like AOL Instant Messenger or Messenger from MSN or, well, back then it was Microsoft. But then there was another one, Yahoo's. Yahoo's one was really kind of weird and sketchy.
Yeah.
But
I used AOL Instant Messenger, and me and my friends, we would come home at lunch.
Those sounds of like entering and exiting places,
door opening,
ingrained
door
into
closing.
my brain forever.
Yeah, and I remember I'd message my buddy who was going to Penn State at the time, and I'd be home just on lunch from the car wash down the street here, and I'd be like, "Hey man, what are you doing?" He's like, just in from class, getting ready to go back out again," and I'm like, "Cool, I'm eating lunch at the car wash. See you later." And then I'd sign out. He'd sign out, go home, come back.
Right, 98 was a little early for me, but 99, 2000, I was in middle school. So I was,
Okay. I see that.
I was going
that was
Squim Middle School.
There you go. Nice.
Turn of the millennium. So that one, I was actually
I didn't know what
intimidated by
ICQ was.
It's lesser known, but amongst the nerdier folks, it's like their go-to.
Okay.
So
right.
do people still use it? I don't know. You tell me. Anyway. Moving on. Mike's Auto Detailing. I remember sending messages on my pager.
Oh, yeah. That was like the heavy duty one, man.
Yeah.
Now, in 2000, what year was it? 2003, I got myself the T-Mobile Sidekick that had Instant Messenger preloaded, AOL Instant Messenger preloaded on it.
Yeah.
And that was a game changer.
Wow.
Because that was two-way messaging.
Yeah.
On the fly.
Crazy.
From hip top technology is what it was called, Dane.
Wow.
Not laptop.
No.
Not on your lap, on your hip.
This isn't the
That's where you kept your phone. Flip out.
the day and age of like Blackberries weren't quite there yet. Palm Pilots were a thing, but yeah, you were.
I just remember I was the coolest
bleeding
kid.
edge of
I was the coolest
technology.
kid at the bar. When I whip out a Sidekick and get a girl's number. So,
Dang.
ready for you. That was it was 2002, 2003. It's crazy.
I had an LG Shine back then.
Harry Housewife, kids these days will never know the pain of dial-up internet.
Dude,
Yeah,
remember?
no, that's
Can you get off
right.
the internet? I need to make a phone call.
Yeah.
Yeah, the whole thing.
Oh, and we forgot Mike's. Oh, yeah, that was Mike already.
yeah.
Said, we said it.
Yeah,
Send a
yeah,
message on my page. Then his next one, Fog, want to sell it. He wants to buy it from you.
Yeah, no, he'll take it.
Joey Belinsky, ski free as a child might be responsible for my adult anxiety. That was
Dude,
the
for
worst.
real.
It was the dumbest game.
You be the first time you play it, you have no idea what's going to happen. You're just like, oh, I'm a little guy skiing.
you
This
just
is
move
cute,
back
and all of a
and
sudden, he eats you. And it's like, whoa, where'd that come from?
It's pretty crazy. So.
Anyway, Alex.
And then Alex saying, thanks to Dane's Twitch stream, I found out the IK Phone Pro 12 has a lock switch under the trigger handle. Who knew? Moral of the story, subscribe to Dane's Twitch.
Somebody was asking for help on that, and then they all ended up helping. It was a really sweet moment, actually.
Yeah.
So thank you, Alex, for helping him.
Yep. Contra Beta saying Vegas is majority Pepsi.
Oh.
That's one of their moneymakers. Yeah, exactly. That's kind of one of the nice things. It's funny how much Pepsi's in Vegas, and yet they have that giant Coke store on the strip. It's hilarious. Daytona Wallace Detail Factory has something called a screwball in a bundle on their site that comes with a curveball. Looks more like the boar's hair brush, like you were talking about. That's probably what the screwball is. We haven't seen it yet, so
No, news
that's
to me.
why. Franco, chat room. I just got an M15 long throw Max Shine and a Mini a few days ago. I got the few Hex Logic pads for my first go around. Are Hex Logic worth a damn?
Not really.
No, not really.
Not really.
I've never polished clear cut, but this is my beginning. Say, well, use them.
It's okay. You're learning.
Use them.
Hex Logic.
Color is
fine.
chemical guys, I
They're
think.
fine. Yeah, they're fine pads, but they're not worth the price that they are.
No.
Compared to the other options that are out there, what he's getting at is
Lake Country flat
can do
pads
better.
are going to do just as well as those Hex Logic pads. It's just the Hex Logic. What's nice about them is that they're relatively smooth. I think that with the firmer foam, they're kind of a pain to use. Sometimes you get a lot of pad stall, and then they will also fling quite a bit because of the the foam. So give it a shot, though. See how you like it. Chris, Grady, sorry about that, guys. I had to take care of a little business, right?
Then we covered for you.
Do little conversations out there. Hey, guys, hope you are well. I need to purchase a new drying towel. Would you recommend the Liquidator, the 1500, or the Gauntlet? Interested to know what your go-to drying towel is. Thanks so much. What's so funny, I made a drying towel comparison video.
You did.
Yeah.
It was great.
Didn't really show anything major, but it was me talking about which one is the right for you.
Right.
Yeah.
So which one's right for you, Levi?
I really like the Liquidator.
Yeah.
I think it's a perfect combination of everything. I used my Gauntlet and my Liquidator the other day, and I was having more fun with the Liquidator.
It's crazy how that works.
What does fun look like when you're trying a car? Yeah.
I think fun in the sense that it wasn't making him angry. He was actually enjoying using it. He's like
Miming. Yeah.
So,
That's what
you
it
know,
is.
It did the trick.
Dane, what about you? Favorite drying towel?
I was going to say the Liquidator too, because as great as the Gauntlet is and as great as the 1500 is, for all the purposes I've seen, the 1500 is there for people who complain on the internet that a regular Liquidator somehow isn't doing it for them. A Liquidator can do a whole damn full-size pickup
people
truck.
that we call size queen.
Well, and I was going to say, for the size queens out there, they use the 1500. But for everybody else, the Liquidator, more than good enough for the job. You
Yeah.
can do a whole
Yeah,
vehicle
it's-
with that one and then some. And I will say, initially, when people feel something like the Liquidator, they go, feels a little rough, almost feels like a burlap sack. Not that bad, but it's like, compared to other drying towels I felt that are really soft. Is this going to be okay, guys? It is fine. You're not going to scratch anything unless you're doing something else horribly wrong. So really, the towel itself, awesome, absorbs a ton, the right size. Really not a lot to complain about. And the price point, can't argue with that.
Can't beat it.
No,
It's amazing.
You can't
Beat
fight
it.
that.
I don't really know. So my answer.
Yeah.
So I created the 1500, right?
Yeah.
It was one of my. It was one of my love
The
children.
1500
right?
is awesome.
I
it's
love.
just
I love the 1500.
too much for somebody who understands.
It's
You
named
can do
after your
plenty
very
with
own
it.
Ram 1500.
Yeah.
It literally was.
Nice Mark 8, by the
If only
way.
people knew that was actually the case, right? They would be like, "You use that towel on that crappy truck." I'm like, "Well, still need to dry it, right?"
Yeah, that
So
paint is hanging on for dear
the
life.
1500 is just such a beast of a towel. Like it's
Crazy
really-
how much you can dry with
it's
it. You could dry your whole fleet. If you've got two,
insane,
3
yeah.
cars, you only need that one towel. You
insane,
could spend the weekend drying all your vehicles and just use that one towel and never soak it.
Yeah, it's insane. To Levi's point, the Liquidator is much more manageable.
I like the multiple sizes of the Liquidator.
Yeah, multiple sizes. And the thing is, I mean, it is a fun time. I would say that the Gauntlet is another amazing towel. I mean, it's great. It really is. People that use the Gauntlet love the Gauntlet every single day. I think that what's happened though, the more I've used twist loops, the more that I crave that feeling of that dryness. What used to make me be like, ooh, this is rough.
Yeah.
Now I go, I love it. It means it's it's ready to absorb.
Yeah.
So I guess I would be on the same path of Liquidator 1500.
You're excited to anticipate the wetness.
Yeah, well, that's because the Gauntlet, right, does an amazing job absorbing, but it's
does.
that softness that throws me off because I feel it and I go, this towel is soft, which is the opposite of what you would think,
Well, for a
right?
more casual observer, they're like soft equals good.
Yeah, but when I feel, we felt enough towels as we have.
We know
when I feel
better.
like a fresh Liquidator out of the bag, I said, this thing is ready to suck, right?
You say that
All
a lot.
right.
It's
Yeah.
weird, but you're not wrong.
Welcome to the second half of the show, guys.
Ben
Ka.
C.
No, it's Ben Ka.
Okay. Keep going.
It seems like a lot of waterless
Big
washes
California.
are very closely related to quick detailers. What's the difference between these two? Yes, you're not wrong, Ben. However, most waterless washes do not have any protection in them. It's just a cleaning solution. Whereas quick detailers have a little bit of protection and shine, then gloss enhancers to help do a light protection, but mostly to increase the shine.
So that's how you
and
weigh it out,
gloss.
right? So quick detailer in one hand, right? Less cleaning power,
Yes.
right? More shine, more slickness,
Yes.
right? Waterless wash, right? More cleaning power,
Yes.
less shine, less
slickness.
slickness.
Correct.
So that's just the trade-off there. I mean, just what are you looking for?
Yeah.
Whereas, if it's a really dusty vehicle, I'll use a waterless wash first and then come back with a quick detail.
Boom. There you go. 1-2 punch.
Perfect.
Han says ICQ is for nerds. I guess I was a nerd back then.
So
huh?
Hans,
Well,
I didn't mean that to be disparaging. I was saying,
Are you guys talking about Insane Clown Posse?
No, ICQ
Oh.
was very intimidating.
like
ICQ.
AOL Instant Messenger.
We were talking about AOL Instant Messenger.
Talking about instant
MSN
messaging
Messenger.
platforms.
And then
It got
he mentioned,
weird
what
while
about
you were gone.
ICQ? And I said, well, I was always intimidated by ICQ because the only people I knew who used it were like people who knew how to code and stuff. So it was just way more intimidating as a platform to get into. I couldn't
MSN
do
Messenger was more inviting than AIM. AIM, I felt sketched out.
AIM,
by.
I felt dirty.
AIM was dirty, right? AIM was a dirty platform. There was a lot of dirty people on there.
Yikes.
However, MSN Messenger, right, was great. But I love back.
What about
in-
Yahoo, though? Got to look out for that one.
Well, I love back in the day because I think it was like I can't remember, it was my teens or something like that. I think it was like 10 or 11, whatever it was. And I remember my dad was learning how to use my Portuguese father was learning how to use a computer, right? But he was single, right, at the time.
Oh, no.
And he was just like, "Oh, I've downloaded this AIM and I talked to my girlfriends on there," right? So he literally
boy.
was like, I said, Dad, I'm like, are you sure? Like, I think back in the day, I was like, do you know if those are real people there?
Right,
Like, who
yeah.
are you talking to? He's like, oh no, she sent me a picture, right? Uploads, like it's like all pixelated.
Well,
and
it's
he
like-
goes,
it's like,
she's beautiful, and I'm like, internet's weird, man.
Yeah.
It's a weird place.
That's hilarious.
And then Hans clarifies, ICQ is dead from a long time ago. Yes, so it's gone then. Thank you for
And then Alex
clarifying.
Dewar says, Anthony Fisher's 2022. If this is the last class of the semester, I would try your best just to slip it in. QG Davis.
I feel like he's just around the corner.
Mike says, hello,
man,
Alex. And then
man.
Joey, since moving to the deep south of Sacramento, I can't find anywhere that has a decent carbonation in their fountain sodas. It's really odd.
Lacking in carbonation. Interesting.
Brett G says, Hans, I was an ICQ guy too. It was good stuff.
Yeah, see, it felt like it had a bigger barrier to entry to me, so I never got into it.
And then Harry Housewife Darren saying, found the screwball. It's just the curveball with the scrubbing bristles. Excellent. And then David Boyce, battery pack coming out in 2023 for the IK Pro 12? Question mark. I'm sure TRC will let us know. My go-to drying towel is the 1500. I call it the Matador.
Matador.
So
That's
David,
actually
yeah.
That's a good
Great
name.
towel name.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
How
David,
did I not think of that?
I mean, it's
Crazy.
bright red, dude.
How did I not think of that?
I don't know.
Nobody take that towel name. We will come out with another one.
trademark
You can't
that
take it
quick.
from David. It's David's now.
I
So-
will put thanks to David
Thanks to
on
David
the on
Boyce.
the label.
Thanks to David
Writing
Boyce.
credits on the towel.
Credit David Boyce.
Yeah. So, David, what we've been talking about, you've been telling us to try out the detail kegs. We've been working with IK to create a stainless sprayer that they showed at SEMA for PPF and tinters. Very similar in style, but it's like the detail keg, but this is a full IK built stainless steel tank and spraying system. And then the battery pack we've been beta testing it for over a year now.
over a year.
Here at our studio, we have a battery pack attached to our IK12 that we've been using, and it has been pretty amazing. It works really well. We haven't used it in a lot of videos. We've hit it in a couple
We
just
test
for fun.
stuff all the time, but we don't necessarily show everything we're testing because, hey, sometimes things don't come to fruition, so we don't want
But
to give people false.
we do have a lot of
expectations.
everything ordered to be coming out for December and January. So stay tuned.
There we go.
Dino, boy, am I unlucky these 2 weeks. First guy came in my lane and curbed my wheel. Yesterday,
rude.
as I was planning a trip, my car battery died and I got a new one. Today, the alternator died and I fixed the alternator. After 2 hours, a lady hit me on my rear bumper in the parking lot.
What's going
my
on, Dino?
God.
That's like
Dude.
everything, Dino. Well, it looks like it's time to just leave all those marks because chaos has now got a hold of you. And if you fix all that stuff,
Just know it'll get worse.
Just know
Is
it's
there
gonna
like
get even
a
worse.
Murphy's Law or monkey paw situation
yeah,
going
the fact
on
that
here?
you curbed a wheel and got bumped in a parking lot, just don't touch
aren't
it.
you
Leave it
telling us,
alone.
Dino?
Detail
What
the
did
car
you-
and go, it's fine. It's fine.
What's going
it's
on, bud?
fine. It's fine.
Darren says the Liquidator is by far the best drying towel I have come across. Wow, that's quite the
Liquidator
compliment.
is so good.
And then Dane seems very biased towards MK8.
He is, Joey. It's
I'm not
weird. He doesn't
sure-
even own them. He's just like, this is the only one you
I
should buy.
complimented his Mark 8. Now, I'm going to say something negative about a Mark 8 here. Sorry. Mark 8's, the interface inside is no bueno. I much prefer the Mark 7 interior. I like the styling on the Mark 7 much better than the 5 or 6.
Dane, you only
Your Mark
learned
7
that
is
from
very
a
nice.
Haggerty. You never sat in one and used the interface. So how
That's
do you
correct.
know?
I pay attention to research.
only
and
watched
I've looked
a
at
video.
pictures online, and I've been
Watched
told
every
many
Doug
times by
DeMuro
people.
video ever
and
made.
Jason Camisas.
So,
Oh my gosh.
well, and going beyond them, Throttle House, etc. But the point being, yes, there has been many complaints when it comes
What
to
if
the
Dane
Volkswagen
got in one and
infotainment.
goes, I actually like the interface of this.
No,
This is
I already
perfect."
know I don't like it because my Flex has some controls like that where they're the capacitive touch, but they're a flat panel, and to do everything.
So
have
I
to
think you
just
need to get
touch
rid
it.
of that whole thing and just
I
get
hate
an
that.
iPad in there.
I'm just going to go ahead and say the 2011 Honda CR-Z has the most advanced infotainment system I've ever used.
It's pretty amazing.
That is true.
And
For
Only,
you,
the
that
only
is
one
true.
next to that is the
Can you?
2014 Toyota Camry interface.
Oh, wow. I
quite
don't
nice.
even know what that looks like.
It's just a display
man.
screen with some buttons, and I push, and it's got some
That's
knobs.
amazing.
And I can change between my trip monitor,
Yeah.
which lets me know my gas mileage.
Ooh.
Lets me know my trip computer.
Wow.
I can also switch back and go back into my infotainment,
Mm-hmm.
and I can listen to Bluetooth. I can listen to AM, FM, and CD if I want.
And that's
luxury.
technology.
That's how you know.
That's how
My
you know.
goodness.
Wow.
Also,
No
Joey,
navigation.
I prefer the look of the Mark 7. The Mark 8 looks a little busy in the headlights to me. That's a personal preference thing.
There you go.
All
Johnny.
right.
There's so many of the marks. I can't even. I've met them all. You know.
There's a lot of marks. There's a Mark
I
C,
know.
a Mark
Yeah.
X, a Mark
Oscar
7.
says, I use the 1500 for my vet, and I love the overkill, and it's red. So
There you go, Oscar.
it's
Oscar,
perfect
you
for
do
me.
you.
There
That's
you go.
awesome.
Jesus says, quick question, guys. Any recommendations for a gloss enhancer that I can use on top of a ceramic spray? I use Turtle Wax Hybrid
Yes,
Solution.
use Dreammaker.
Dreammaker is for that.
Dreammaker is the answer.
Yep.
It will do everything that you want and then some.
Yeah.
It should have been called Dreammaker Plus.
Should have been called.
Because not only does it enhance gloss, but there's the slickness,
does
there's
more.
the shine. I mean,
Just
there's
does more.
There's the water behavior. It does have some light water behavior. I mean, it's really
Or
nice.
the slightly dumber typo looking name Dreams Maker. That might have been a good one to throw on there. Yeah.
Dane,
Alex says the
no.
screwball does have the stiffer bristles with the same shape as the curveball, brand spanking new. I can't wait to get my hands on one.
Yeah. So, fun fact: Detail Factory used to send us all the prototypes back in the day, like far before we would ever.
We got
ever
the
even
we got the
possibly come out.
curveball
We
2
did-
years before it came out.
Got the tire brush 2 years before it came out. 2 years.
Once
That'd be
again,
cool,
we
2 years.
test this stuff for a long time before
I have
we
not-
ever mention it.
Yeah, they got too famous for us, and now they don't want our feedback anymore. But the screwball looks pretty cool.
I'm excited. Well, that was the feedback I gave. I like it. I just want this. And then they just made it.
Oh.
Rogue 2 Wavy, what's y'all guys' favorite paste wax?
Base wax.
Paste wax, I miss
Just say it. You can say it.
I
You can
miss
say it.
Wowos,
Yeah, you can say it.
Mallow wax.
Pour
Yeah.
one out, right?
Pour one out for our
Pour
homie.
one out for our homies.
The Mallow wax was magic wax that just smelled so good. It's right back to that day of Anthony going toasted marshmallow.
And Contact
said-
121,
Oh,
wonderful stuff too.
Contact 121 was light years ahead of its time.
Oh, it
And
really was. It still is very.
It still is.
in
By
terms
Pace
of
Wax standards, it
comparison
was
to Pace
something
Wax
else,
standards.
yeah.
Contact 121 from Wowo's, but the Malo Wax, that was like it was it, dude. You could crack that can open
smell.
from 5 doors down, and you could smell it, and you'd go, somebody has cracked open a can of that Malo Wax.
Yeah.
Toasted marshmallow. It was just amazing. But with that dead. Or
Well,
I don't know.
not dead. New reiteration.
Yeah,
They've been reformulated. New guy.
I think you can still buy the stuff from
You can.
Patrick at
He had a
at Rag
70%
Company
off
Rock.
sale
I
this
know,
Black Friday.
freaking
Great
crazy,
event.
man. So, but I would say those are probably my 2 favorite paste wax because we were involved with those. But outside of that, I think that the Fantastic Wax smells amazing. I've only done like small bits with that though.
Well, and the Coach Chemi wax is very nice as well. So
The
that's
Coach
super
Chemi
fun.
Wax, Darren would crap his pants.
Darren, you would
tried-
die if you tried the
It
Coach
smells
Chemi
like
wax.
honey. It feels like honey.
It's honey buttered toast.
Yeah.
is what it
sorry, I
is.
read
It's
ahead.
crazy.
You shouldn't have done that, Dane.
Franco saying all the pager talk had me thinking about Columbia House Records. Yeah, I bought a few. That Hex Logic. Damn it. That's all right, man. Just use them and enjoy them, and then upgrade. Braden Gillespie got a Gauntlet dry towel. Doesn't really pick up the water like it used to. 1.5 years old. I regular wash it with all free and clear and tumble dry. Any tips? I appreciate it. Try some distilled white vinegar in the bleach tray, or put it in during a rinse cycle, and then or just switch to rags to riches, and it'll
'Cause
help it.
A big possibility is that you are absorbing protective agents into the towel.
Yep.
So that's where rags to riches
And
make
that's
a
what
difference
That's what Benka says.
that all free and clear cannot do.
So I'd highly recommend soaking anything gauntlet related
Yeah.
that you've been using with any type of quick detailer or bead maker or anything like that. Give that its own soak in rags to riches. Don't put other towels in there with it. Give it its own soak for like a day. then wash it, and then it'll come back. But the Gauntlet, that material, it
absorbs.
It absorbs deep.
Until it can't anymore.
Deep into the fibers. And so when you're using Bead Maker, it sucks that stuff in.
Yep.
It.
Hugo Fireflies does not agree with Dane. Says the Volkswagen Golf 8 is vomit. The 7 and 7.5
He's agreeing with me.
Facelift. I thought you said you liked 8s.
No.
Oh.
No, I deliberately, I like the overall look of the 8, but I like the 7 better.
The 8.
No, I just said, hey, nice 8. That's all I said.
Yeah, that means you love
holy
it.
cow.
I think
That
what
means
I
you
like,
love it.
I like the
I'm a
Mark.
man of nuance.
I like the Mark
Thank you.
4. Is that what I like? The Mark 4?
Sure.
No, I like the R32 square body.
Yeah, that's the Mark 4.
Okay.
Yeah, that's the best one ever made.
Mark 5 is when it got a little more rounded around 2005.
ugly.
So Mark 4
Ugly.
had the blue color.
The R32 Mark IV was one of the best ever made of that time.
One of the few times I prefer the chrome accent on the front with the grill and stuff too. It's one of the few cars
I did like that
off.
body style.
Dude, it was
very
freaking
appealing.
mean. It was a mean
But Mark
looking
4s
car.
had electrical issues, and that was always a frustrating thing.
And
about it.
transmission issues.
Well, but the R32 engine, it had the, what's it called in it? The
Well, the R32 is a VR6, a
Yeah, the
3.2 liter
VR6,
VR6.
which is amazing.
It sounds amazing. Love it. To
The
this
Corrado
day,
also had a
I still want
VR6,
one.
right?
Yeah, yeah.
I like the Corrado a lot more.
Get the VR6 Corrado, don't get the G60.
Yeah, the sound of the VR6 is pretty
It's a
dang.
cool
Oh,
motor.
it's amazing.
It's
Yeah.
amazing.
I had a friend in high school who had a Corrado. Franco
Activero, buddy.
saying, I just recently used the Turtle Wax ceramic paste wax and it was great. I haven't used paste wax in years. Nice. Well, enjoy it.
Nice.
Joey Belinsky says, I will be buried in my 7.5 interior.
Good man.
And then G. Davis, the staff at the Squim Pizza. New Dane is the blonde tip teen who come in on a Friday night to retrieve used breadstick boxes to use on first dates.
Oh my God. When I read ahead, I didn't see the boxes part. I thought you just said use breadsticks, and I was like, oh my God.
G. Davis coming
See the
in.
boxes.
Coming in from the back. I love it.
Oh, no.
God.
Gee, from the back, 3-pointer, pop. Okay, Dino. Is Bead Maker still good? The top part about a millimeter is frosted, temperature about 1 degree Celsius.
So, yeah, just warm it up, Dino, and shake it up. It should be fine. It can handle two or three freezes, I think, is what PNS said.
All right.
Chaz says 1500 El Matador, lol, is the best. Just wash them by themselves. Plus, my Camaro is red. There you go.
There you go.
And then Anthony's Auto Detailing. Do you guys sell bulk rags? Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Yes, we do.
Sign up for our wholesale program or our dealer program. Go to the website, ragcompany.com. Right on the banner, this is wholesale.
We'll hook it up.
Or scroll to the bottom. It says the wholesale program and the dealer or the business program, the dealer program.
Those
you
will
click
actually
on
get you
those and they
discounts
will get you discounts
on
or
wholesale.
just buy from the website. It's right next to it. It says case.
Yeah,
so you
it's
buy
true.
type in 365 in the search bar. 365 show up and right next to it says 365s in case quantities. You can buy a whole box of towels
There's an amazing world of possibilities
So, yes.
waiting for you at theragcompany.com.
at insane prices.
Yes.
It's true.
Joey
All right,
says
Joey.
the blue MK4R32 is a goat on my bucket
Yes.
list. Our good friend Eric Joseph had one. Has one.
Love those.
Did he sell it? He had a silver
I think
one.
he sold his.
It was silver.
R32.
His was silver. Blue, I think, was one of the
I
rarest.
thought his was
Blues.
blue.
I
No,
want that
it was
blue, though.
silver.
Yeah.
But man, those cars are getting so hard to come by. I don't even know when the last time I saw one for sale was. I see clones with the front bumper and whatnot, but none of them have the same.
The Golf R is not as exciting because it's a 4-cylinder. I don't even care that it has a turbo. It's just it doesn't sound as cool.
Yeah,
The R32 just sounds cooler. I don't care that it's slower. It just sounds cooler.
yeah, it sounds cooler, and I thought the headlights were just kind of that classic look on
Yeah,
those.
no, it's a very it has aged well in terms of
The
styling.
Harry Housewife says, I need to get myself some of that Kosh Chemi wax, man. I made my own last year for charity and raised 480 pounds on 20 pots from natural beeswax. That stuff smells amazing. I have kegs of beeswax. Smells great. And then, or kilograms, I should say, maybe beeswax. And then G. Davis says, I look forward to the new podcast with Anthony and Michael Jordan, where they give dating advice to high schoolers called Bangin' Boise.
Dude, this is towing the line,
You
man.
and- you and
gotta
Michael
be
Jordan.
careful. Jeez.
Antoine Armstrong
Hey, Antoine.
saying, how about recommendations on the underbody coating for the incoming snow and salt season? Antoine, make sure you wash the underside of the vehicle. You can put a dressing. Motorplast, Kosh Chemi Motorplast works great on your inner fender wells and clings and creates a elastomeric bit of protection under there, so you can have some fun with that. And then Harry Housewife, need to get some Dodo Juice wax up in there. Their hybrid range is spot on. One of my favorite waxes in the world is Supernatural. Always has been, always will be. I'm no stranger to Dodo waxes.
Correct.
Alex says, Anthony, you're making those innuendos too easy. Love that feeling to suck. Ha ha, lordy.
Yeah, G's just dropped innuendo altogether.
That's so
it's just
good.
saying things.
It's so good. Dennis Barrio says, I was gifted an Adams Polishes 59 by 34 1500 GSM twist loop drying towel, and I have no idea what to do with it. I drive a Honda Fit. Dry your car with it, man. Just enjoy it.
Wow.
Joey says, I've seen a few hit 30,000 with 140,000 miles.
Oh, that hurts. At that point, there are so many more preferable performance alternatives if you're looking for performance. You only pay that much if you want it as a collector.
Well,
but 140K, that's not a collector version.
But Dane, another 10 years or so, I mean, shoot, that could be one of those bucket list, like dream cars for people that want to relive it. I mean, I had a friend, my friend Z, who you guys know, Z.
Yeah.
He had an R32 in silver, and he ended up crashing it on Bogus Basin.
Oh, man.
And he got it rebuilt, and it had a salvage title after that, and then he sold it, and he said he regrets it every single day. He said it was the best car he ever owned.
Wow.
It's a good car. All-weather car can do it all.
Jay Hall is testing. Test 1, 2.
All right, thank you for your test.
Jay Hall.
And Harry Housewife here.
Quite a few R32s in the area that I live in.
Ooh,
well, see,
nice,
once you go across the pond there, they become a little more available, I imagine.
Yeah.
Here in the States, they didn't catch on as much. So the few you do see are very appealing.
Alex, this was a great one that I saw. Rags to Riches worked unreal on hockey equipment. So
interesting.
For those of you that maybe are using, you've got your own workout clothes or something that you're doing.
Get rid of the stank.
To get rid of that smell, use Rags to Riches. I remember when my wife was teaching classes, she would have some pretty raunchy, stinky.
Sure, it's workout clothes.
Yeah, and she would be like, "Oh my gosh, these sports bras stink," or "This smells." And she's like, "I can't get the smell out of the spandex." And that is something now that I can go, "Hey,
try this."
Rags to Riches. All your friends use Rags to Riches. Folks that are maybe you guys are working out or getting ready to work out, and you spend the money on this workout gear.
Well, you have to think about it. Most of that spandex stuff is made out of
microfiber.
Well, I mean,
it's polyester.
Polyester. I mean,
spandex.
So spandex and polyester, which holds on to scents and things like that. I mean, and this detergent was designed to get into that. So yeah, I mean,
it'll dig it out.
Same thing with like basketball shorts and things like that. That just you go, hey, these are funky.
Yep.
I got a couple new comments here.
And then Jay Hall says, Alex says, MK4R32 sounds Levi singing his beautiful Norse symphony.
I mean, it's either that or
nice.
Chewbacca, so...
Yeah.
Jay Hall says, I bought a Sunjo P washer on Levi's recommendation. I love it, but the cord gets severely twisted. Can you help? Also, explain your procedures for spraying rinseless with a pressure washer.
Oh.
Very simple. You just spray off the car with the pressure washer. And on that Sunjo, you might even have a little tank. You can put a little rinseless in there. You can put some ONR in there, and it's got a little meter, and it'll actually spray rinseless on the car too for fun. Mm-hmm. And I use it when I'll just I'll pressure wash the car, so I'll use my degreasers and such to get on the tires and clean the wheels and inner fender wells. Mm-hmm. Then I'll pressure wash the car, and then I'll just switch it over to that little rinse option or where I max it out. And I'll soak the car with rinseless, and then I'll pull it in my garage, or I'll have my bucket if it's nice out with rinseless, and I'll just start washing.
Yeah.
Right then, and then I'll dry it. So instead of having a bucket of soap and water, I have a bucket of rinseless, and then I just wash the car, and then I dry it, and you're done. And that's it.
Yeah.
Okay.
You don't have to worry about it.
Yep.
Simple.
Franco says here, one more. I got to go. Do you recommend those rubber spike dryer balls for microfiber towels? I don't.
No,
don't use those.
No, nothing in the dryer with them. No fabric softeners, no wool balls.
But if it's just a rubber spike ball and it doesn't have any inherent fragrance, it doesn't have anything
but it's bouncing around in the dryer with the product.
Dane, I just don't trust it. Those are my precious microfiber towels that I've spent hundreds of dollars on. I don't want to ruin them with
the same way.
Potentially one $3 spike ball.
I'm not encouraging it. I'm just
What's
asking
the spike ball
going to
do? Make it fluffier? I don't want it fluffier.
I just knocked. Yeah, it would make it fluffier. That would be the goal there because it's just beating it up.
That's fine. I'm going to mat it down in a bag anyways. Or mat it down in a bin. Joey Belinsky says, those Wookiee sounds really get me going. I know, right?
Well,
There you go. And then
Whatever
Harry
makes you
Housewife Darren
happy.
says, right, as it's close to the end, I always thank you guys for, thank you again for cracking Q&A, cracking advice, and a great laugh. Thank you, man.
thank you, Darren.
Thanks, bud.
Darren, we love having you in every week.
We do.
And then Joey says, thanks, have a great weekend. G. Davis says, Dane's bucket list includes owning a KFC franchise in Hamburg, Germany.
There's a lot of
wondered why
KFCs in
you
Europe.
kept saying, we need to hit Hamburg. We need to hit Hamburg. And I was like, Dane, it's really not on the map.
What?
And you were like, Hamburg, I'm looking at some area, and I was like, why?
Land.
What are you
He's looking
doing?
at land.
Yeah, and I was like, why do you need to stop for land? He's like, I got some deals.
We're bringing Kentucky
Don't
Fried
worry about it.
Chicken
It's
to
gonna
the
make
Germans.
it's a new idea I have.
Yeah.
Just
And
let me do my thing.
Yep. And I said, okay. Harry Housewife laughing. Neil White says, balls don't
man.
belong on microfiber towels.
There you
That's
go.
what I'm
And then
Unless
Kirby
it's a
Thompson
spa
says,
towel.
it's good day to see a healthy Levi fielding our questions today. Thank you, Kirby, for everyone to have a great and safe start to December. Appreciate it. Yoshi says an RS3 would be right up Anthony's alleyway.
I would never take the RS3 because I look at that as the baby car.
Oh, see, I don't have that problem. That 5-cylinder is incredible, but I'd only get the hatch, not the sedan.
I know. The RS3 is an
And we don't get the hatch
extremely
here in the
badass
States.
and capable car, right? But I would always look at that as being like, that's the baby RS, right? Because it's the little one, right?
Mm-hmm.
Give me that RS7, right? Give me that thing.
RS6 Avant for me.
Oh, yeah, I want the RS7.
Literally, there's one outside over at T3.
The RS6
I stare
Avant
at
is
it
amazing.
every day.
Yeah, it's amazing.
It's
Stephen
awesome.
Gobin saying, hey guys, all this talk of Golfs, I'm a Scirocco person. I have a 77 Mark I Scirocco. My cousin had one, and I thought that was the
Hey,
coolest car
Scirocco.
ever.
Nice.
And then G. Davis says, it takes a tough Fuhrer to make a tender chicken. And Franco says, thanks guys. You're freaking awesome. And
Thanks,
Neil White
man.
says, it's pure looking good.
It's pure licking. Oh my god!
And on that note, we are definitely done. Okay. Thank you
you
so
guys are
much
awesome.
to all you guys who keep it lively, who keep it fun. We couldn't do this without you. It would not be the same show. We might actually get something done. But this way, we really do offer something you can't find at any other detailing Q&A. I like to think we have that market cornered for this kind of thing. So thank you, seriously.
Yeah.
Anything to add before we go?
That's it, Dane.
No?
Fuhrer licking.
Okay, don't go too far with that. All right. So anyway,
Yes.
if you haven't hit like on this Q&A yet, please click like below on YouTube or whatever you're watching, because have we not earned it at this point? I hope we've
Please
given you
hit a like.
your like's worth. That's
Make
what
sure
I'm
you
asking.
like it.
And if you really like it, maybe you'll subscribe too if you haven't done that already. That's all I'm asking, throwing it out there. And to those of you listening in the future on the podcast, of course, you can always listen to these sometime in the future. Keep it out wherever podcasts are found. We're there. And give us a review. If you haven't done that lately, we really appreciate reviews, letting us know what we do good, what we do bad. We're happy to improve. Just give us a heads up.
Say all
right,
good
guys?
things. Nothing
Yeah.
bad.
I'll see you guys later. We'll see you guys later. That's it. Have a great weekend.
See ya.
Later.